Okay. Hey, JV. Wow. Yeah, I was trying to get my mic together, and I couldn't find it. Well, I can't find the wire to my beats because I usually use them wireless. The wire is somewhere over there by the sewing machine. Um, I thought my husband headset had a mic on it, so that I went downstairs to get it. That's what I have on my ears, and I realized there's no headset. But we are going to be talking about these niggas as usual, and I want y'all to listen to what some of these fools are saying. Okay. Good morning, Brandy. Raya, how you doing? JB, how you been, sis? Um, let's see. Oh wow. Um, StreamYards has made some changes, baby. I haven't been on StreamYards in a minute. Um, they even allow you to use an extra camera, do slides now. Wow. Okay. Anyway, I just basically want to share the screen, and I do want to share sound. And I'm gonna go to window. Nah, I'm not worried about that. We're gonna hit that. Maybe I go into Chrome. Windows. No, we're just going. This is some ridiculous shit that we're gonna be listening to. Um, and let's get it popping. Okay, so right now this dude is live. He's live and he's talking about shit he knows nothing about. You could tell he's a dummy. You could tell he's not a father, and if he is somebody's father, he's not a daddy, which pretty much means he's not raising any children. Okay? I'm gonna tell you why that is in a minute. Actually, I'm gonna show it to you. But first, let's get through what he's talking about. Okay? Fair use, by the way. Okay? In fact, before I do that, let's do something else. Let me stop the share. Give me a second, everybody. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna get on my P's and Q's because we already know crybaby ass niggas like to do fuck shit. Okay? They like to do fuck shit. So let me get into this. Let me make sure I'm not sharing still. Okay, I'm not sharing. Yeah, fuck niggas like to do fuck shit. So we're gonna take care of the legalities first, right? We're gonna take care of the fair use doctrine. Let's see. I know I have it somewhere. Give me a second. Let me find it. Okay. Copyright laws, fair use. I have the actual doctrine somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. If not, this should suffice. When you're dealing with fuck niggas, baby, you gotta make sure your shit is right. You know what I mean? Because fuck niggas will do some fuck shit. Okay? So fair use. Uh-oh, I didn't want that to show, but that's okay. This is who we're gonna be talking about right now. When we are listening, I want you to envision this dude here. Lord have mercy. Lord, like I don't know what God was thinking, but whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he was thinking, but listen. I'm gonna put the trust in him. I don't see. I'm not sure why, but it is. It is what it is. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking in his creation of these type of people. Yeah, I know that sound mean, but nah. What's mean is the shit that come out these niggas motherfucking mouths, okay? What's going on, JV? So let me get to it. Let me share. Get back to sharing the screen. Man, some of these niggas should never talk about anybody. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have the room to talk about nobody. No black woman, no white woman, no other black man. And now I understand why he got that that guy down there with looking like he's Anyway, let's get to it. Fair use, by the way. Let me turn this up.
Occur with them all the time to where something that is good, that's happy, that's meaningful is they're traumatized by it due to the negative effects of the people around them. The negative effects of the people around them. Now, this is a toy, some beads, right? But this stuff happens with all sorts of things. With kids this young, all the way to, their teenage years. Why do you think some kids in the community
There he go with the commenter tie. Okay? And the commenter tie. These niggas really can't drop nothing, for real. The first person I heard mention a commenter tie was Obsidian. And these niggas pick up shit from lame ass niggas and they run with it. And here we are, 4, 5 years into it, and this nigga still saying the commenter tie. As if that shit is funny. It may have been kind of funny when Obsidian said it way back then, but my dude, like, it's not funny. It's not clever. It's not smart. And you sound stupid, but then you look even stupider. I understand why some. See, I told y'all this a while back. I said I know why some. Even before seeing these dudes, I was like, I know why they hurt. And the person they should be mad at is their mama and their daddy. Apparently, the genes when they mixed up, uh, didn't create anything that most women would be attracted to. These men are mad at other men for being able to get women. They're mad at women because they can't get those women. They're mad at men and women because they are getting together and they're not able to get together with a woman. It's like they're angry at the world. They're angry at their mamas, their daddies, their teachers, their neighbors. But anyway, finish listening to him. Fair use.
stop asking questions and just believing whatever or whoever they're close to says? Why do you think that they stop investigating things for themselves? Freeman's Journal brought up something the other day. He was talking about how there's a lack of a trying to find the exact phrase that you used, but uh,
I can think of something you lacking. Um, Looks, handsomeness, um, intelligence, cleverness. You lacking a brain that's able to think for itself, process information, and come up with a conclusion. It's a lot of things you lacking, my brother. And what's bad about this shit is you over there and he think he's learning something. He think he's educating people about something. Right? It's weird that he's showing a little white kid, but he's talking about black people. That's what I find really funny. Okay? Now we're gonna listen to what he's saying, but essentially in this little study, this kid is shown some toys, right? They realize that they showing the toys, letting him touch the toys and things like that. And then somebody's gonna come in the room and kind of emote a feeling, right? And the child is gonna behave to that toy based on that. This is what children do. Not only is this necessary, but it could be helpful to children to do what this child is going to do. But this guy is trying to make it seem like it's a negative thing. Now I'm gonna let y'all see it, and then we'll continue on.
In essence, you were saying that there was a lack of an adventurous spirit in a lot of black people,
Adventurous spirit.
particularly the men, of not wanting to travel outside of the unknown, and just
That's a human trait, my brother. That's just human. That you want to stay near something that's known to you. Safety, right? You really want to just stay. You want to stay close to family. Even when we do venture out, we still want to make sure that we have access to family and friends. But a lot of people venture out. This dude making it seem like black people don't venture out nowhere. But actually, we venture out. Yes, we do. Like, you know how many people go into universities out of their cities and states? How many people go into the military out of their, not only city and states, but out of the country? That's how you know this idiot is a fool. Okay? Anyway, fair use, here we go.
investigate, be that pioneer of old. Well, where do you think certain terms like, if you go over there, they just gonna see you as another nigga anyway. You still a nigga. Why you playing that? That's for white people. Why you going camping? You going sailing? You going hunting? That's for white people. Skiing.
What the hell is he talking about? What is he talking about? Black people go hunting. Black people go fishing. Black people go skiing. Black people go swimming. Like, black people do these things. And I'm just thinking that for some reason these men have small minds, right? They're from certain neighborhoods, and maybe they are afraid. Some of these niggas still living with their grandma. Their mama kicked them out because his ass was getting old and still wasn't doing nothing. That's why he laughing and he speak with such like he knows what he's talking about, because he's speaking about himself. He's speaking about himself or somebody in his family, somebody he knows what they're doing and not doing. We are our own worst enemies. And when I say we, I'm talking about these niggas. They their own worst enemy.
Just with words, with the way that the people comport themselves, their demeanor, their reaction to things clips the little wings of their children before they have even learned how to fly. Then people be wondering, why.
This nigga really laughing at this shit. Y'all hear it? If it was something that was true in what he's saying, why would he think it's funny? That's niggas for you, baby. It's something when the niggas don't know they niggas. When the Pookies and the Ray Rays don't even recognize that they are the Pookies and the goddamn Ray Rays. Fair use.
Why do so many dudes just want to be basketball players and rappers? Why are so many people drawn to criminality? Well, when those things are acceptable means that.
I lived in quite a few different neighborhoods and communities in my life. And you know, I've not seen many young black adults wanting to be basketball players and rappers. You know, I remember when my kids were little, right? I have two sons, and they do play basketball well, right? And they did play sports at the schools that they went to. Yes, that is true. One of them played basketball, the other played football. But they wasn't talking about going to the pros. Like, maybe it's because of my husband explained to them since they were young that the number of people who succeed in certain things. But I wish my sons had wanted to, you know, do other things that I know that they are good at. But they just was more grounded. You know, they were looking to do something. They wasn't looking to do what this dude is saying. Their head wasn't in the clouds. Now, there are some kids who are. And they got some kids who should be on sports if they're good at it. And people are telling them, since they're young, you're good at it. But how many goddamn old-ass men we know still talking about they're going to be in the league, whether it's a football league or basketball league? How many of them still talking about they're going to be rappers? Yes, they got some out there, but dude, it's not even the majority of black people. And that's the weird thing. These dudes take that little small sector of our community and they shine this big bright light on it. And then they start talking about, see what they do? And they is us, nigga. That's you included. Especially you, when you look the way you look. They be hurt. There's no way in the world you could pass for anything except being black. But you wish you wasn't. You just wish you wasn't. What you think? You think cooning gonna get you out of some situation? Dude, if we go into some type of war, you ain't even gonna have a chance to say, I'm not with them. No. Shit, I don't know. What you think you're gonna be able to talk your way out of being black? Oh my God. Fair use.
Oh man. Yes. So just one more again for the people in the back seats. That didn't get it.
There's something inside. Can you see what's inside the box? You can take the lid off. Is there something in there? There's a green cone. You want to put it back inside of the box? And put the lid back on the box? And close it up? Can I see that? Thank you. Let's see what else we have. Look at this. See? Look at this. There.
Hi, Teresa. I'm going to sit here and read a magazine.
Okay. Kelly. Kelly's going to sit and read a magazine. Kelly, look at this.
That's aggravating. That's so annoying.
Oh, I thought it was really interesting.
Well, that's just your opinion. It's aggravating.
Here.
Now it's your turn, kiddo. Notice how his eyes go right over to who? Bam.
Y'all hear this ugly nigga laughing? And he think he's educating them over there based on what he's watching right now. Now listen to what he has to say.
Oh. So sometimes that's just the natural reaction. And this still happens in adults.
Wow. Wow. And this still happens in adults. It actually does happen in adults. You do it, I do it, everybody does it. Like, for instance, if we was standing outside, if you was outside, right, in your yard, and you was cutting the grass, and all of a sudden, you looked around and everyone who was outside started running in a certain direction, you would stop and pay attention, try to figure out what is going on. Depending on where you are, if you see people running, you don't have to sit around and wait. You will start running with them, and while asking them what's going on, what we running from. It's called instincts. You're relying on other people and your instincts to keep you safe. Yes, that does happen as adults, and it does happen as kids. That's how you could tell a kid that a stove is hot and teach them not to touch it. You can't just tell them it's hot sometimes. Sometimes you have to react, you have to emote, you have to say hot. You might have to scream, it's hot. Hot will hurt you. So this dude is taking a study, something that they're showing, and he's switching it and making it into something that it is not. This is normal, natural behavior. We do it. The kids want to make their parents happy. And when I tell Leaky, great job, and I'm looking all happy when he does something that I want him to do, he likes that. And if I want him to stop a certain behavior, then yes, I say it sternly. I don't do it with a smile on my face, and I let him know through my voice. I don't even have to spank him or anything, right? Just through my voice, I let him know that I'm not happy. You're doing something you shouldn't be doing right now. But see, this dude is over there making this seem like it's something that is not. Uneducated fools thinking that right in the moment they're educating somebody about something, and his ass is laughing about it like an idiot. He's laughing about like, we're gonna listen to it a little more, and then I don't need to listen to anything else this nigga got to say to roast his ass, okay? We're gonna listen to a little more, just a tad bit more.
In adults. So a lot of times, I don't know how to put this in the proper words, but I'll just state it as it comes to mind. Sometimes people don't understand, particularly from the community, that when they come into certain places and they looking like Willie Foo Foo, or they loud and they talking all sorts of craziness and just acting like they're at Big Mama house at Neiman Market. And then they say, man, why these people looking at us? What you looking at? This is the reason why.
What? I don't even know what he just said. What is the reason why people are looking at us? Because of what? Isn't it weird that he using a little clip of a white kid? Because I could tell you that I need to go and look for this little clip to see what it's really about. Because what I see with this child, I see something that's abnormal, right? And let me give you an example. There's a woman, I'm assuming the woman whose lap he's sitting on is his mother, right? Or someone he knows. Then there's this woman across from him showing him toys. This little baby hasn't spoken or anything. If I give Leaky Leak a toy, Leaky Leak is very talkative. Leaky Leak would say yes or no. He would say thank you or I don't want it. Leaky Leak wouldn't just be looking and being silent. And Leaky Leak is 2. Leaky Leak has started to read, y'all. Okay. This child is very quiet. A little too, and then a strange person came in and he remained silent. He didn't even look at his mother at all. Leaky Leak would have turned around to hug me or his mom or his dad and noticing that a stranger just walked into the room. And if a stranger had raised their voice the way that woman did, Leaky Leak wouldn't have been looking at them and trying to figure out what's going on. Leaky Leak would have been hugging on his mama, his grandma, or his daddy. You know what I'm saying? To figure out what is going on right now. So to me, this study, I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to look it up. Because it looks like down at the bottom it says the Institute for Learning and Brain something. Is it I can't see what it says down there. I'm going to have to see if I can find this little clip. At the top it says behavior to avoid making adults angry. I can't, because I see the unfinished business. I don't know what it says behind there. But y'all, how old this child look? Because this child, I don't know. To be honest, based on the child's behavior, I was putting the child at older. But just based on the child's size, and I was trying to think maybe this child is younger. But I'm thinking that this child is older, it's just smaller. Right? That's what I'm picking up on. Okay. We can watch. I'm gonna stop it. What do y'all think? And I'm gonna stop this share real quick. What's going on? Just ask y'all how you doing. Chopper City, what's going on? You would run as well. Yes, I would run as well. That's what I'm saying. That would be natural. I'm saying that's natural. I would run, you would run, we would run. Okay. So and hey, Water Sniper, Chopper City was going on. All kids play sports growing up. That's with every race. I agree with that, Chopper. But this guy named SKC, this guy is over there making it seem like only black kids. And only black kids are the ones who want to be criminals, that we think is natural to be criminals, and that we only want to be rappers and this and that. And it's ridiculous when we do that to ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. Or should I say, them niggas are their own worst enemy. He's over there. You can tell he's not nobody's mama. He's not nobody's daddy. You know, my ex is a PhD dealing with the young white kids with behavior problems. Makes good money, but wow, I've seen some of her clients. It's scary. Really? Wait a minute, what the hell? Cyber, is that you? I was looking at your name, dude. What's going on here? How's everybody doing? Everybody came in. Driller, what's going on, sis? So dude is over there and he's cracking up and he's laughing. He's showing this little white kid, and I don't care the color of the kid, but something just didn't sit right with what was going on with the kid. Because like I'm saying, a stranger came into the room. That kid didn't look at his mother not one time. Leaky Leak would, Leaky, come on now. For those of you who have children, or been around children, you have nieces and nephews. Children don't take too kindly to strangers coming into the room being loud. Okay. Now maybe that's that's this thing, and I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it, right? This thing where, remember in the movies we see where the white person, they gotta investigate to see what's going on before they run. Maybe that's some truth to that. I just always thought that was just some rumor and something funny to say. You know what I mean? I always assumed that through our innate instincts that most of us are going to run. We are going to try to get to safety. If I see other people running, I am not standing and going to be the guy or the woman who says, "What's going on, guys? Where's the trouble coming from? What's going on?" Hell no. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be running, walking, looking back, trying to and asking people what we running for, where we going, what's going on. But I'm gonna be running along with their ass. You goddamn right. That's instincts. That's drawing off of other people's experiences. If I see a lot of people running, then they're running from something, is what my mind would think. That's, I think, what most of our minds will go to. We'll be like, something's happening. If you see everybody running and you got family in the house, you might go in the house and say, hey, everybody running. I don't know what's going on. Let's go. You want to get your family to safety. What's going on, Black Woman Spear? Verbal, what's going on? Anyway, and so we got these raggedy ass dudes, or this dude right here over there talking stupid shit about something he don't know anything about. And it's ridiculous. And then he's over there just, no, what happened? What I miss? I must have missed something. Let me see. Hey Lawrence. But Cyber, Cyber, what the hell is that? His name? Okay, well you got it. I know. Okay, you got it. Anyway, so this is what I'm saying. Like, why these dudes act like they? And when I say dudes, I'm not talking about all men. Okay, I am talking about the idiots. So I'm talking about the dummies. I'm talking about the ones who over there talking about children and talking about how black people, how we have the worst communities, right? Apparently, some of you or these people never went into a certain community where white people live there. It's easy to say we have the worst of something, and nobody else is going to raise their hand and say, well, no, you're wrong. We have the worst. Okay? It's easy to just start beating down on your mother and your father. And yet, while you beating down on them and what they did and didn't do, you ain't doing shit. Except for you making sure you're not going to have no children. Because you're not even getting close to no women. And 2 men and 2 women together don't make children. Okay? And so I'm not even understanding the ones who, it's one thing if you want to talk about something, have an honest conversation about it, you want to get down to the root of the issue, and then you making changes. But it's another thing for you to just be over there saying stupid shit that you don't even understand, and then at the same time, you ain't even trying to get with no woman. Okay? Big Woman Spin. Big Woman Spin says she want to do a river dance. Oh, god damn. With them big clucking ass shoes and the music going and you just jumping high. God damn. I envisioned that when you said that. Anyway, let me put the link up, y'all. I am on damn, I forgot I was on here. I am on StreamYards because I did want to share comments. And listen, sometimes I understand. It's what I talked about last night. Oh, that I did hear you say something, but I didn't know his name had changed to that. And I didn't even know you could make names like that. You know what I mean? Talking about hanging somebody, that's fucked up. But anyway, what's going on? Is that a picture? Yes, that is him. That's a picture of SKC. And I did not make the picture. Look up SKC Media and go to pictures, and this shit come up. I didn't make this picture. This is his motherfucking picture. Yes, this is him. And it's sad. It's sad. It look like something he created for himself in 2017. It's sad. It's sad, baby. It's sad. I don't know what to tell you. What's up, Frida Green? And I'm not even making fun of. Yes, I am. I am making fun of this nigga looks. Yes, I am. And that might be bad. That because I don't usually do that. But it's bad though. You know what I mean? Like it's really bad. And I'm not even talking about like it's bad. That's all. It's bad. That nigga over there laughing and giggling and shit. That nigga need to be taking care of his skin. He should not be laughing and giggling on YouTube. He should be looking at some videos over there, looking at how to take care of his fucking skin. Okay? That's all I'm saying, Grit. What's going on, conscious moron? To be honest, there are fewer black property owners than there were in the wait. I gotta click on it. Property owners than they were in our grandparents' day, progressing somewhat backwards. I agree with that, but there's a reason for it. listen, we have to understand that there was an attack on us as a people. And in fact, they admit this now. They admit this. The records are out there that shows that there was an attack on Black people. They purposely did these things to keep us in a negative state. And even through all of that, we still survived. Through all the nonsense. Yes, we're suffering through a lot of things, but we're suffering from a lot of things that was brought on us. Let me grab this link. Invite. Clip it to the clipboard. Now I know some people say, "Hey, I don't believe that." I hear people say, "I don't run into some the something Olympics." I forget what they call it, but reality is reality. Truth is truth. You know, our grandparents. My grandmother was deadly afraid of white people. Like I'm, you know, you don't have your grandparents talking about that shit today. But if you go and talk to them and ask them, especially if you're from the South, if they were from the South. My grandmother was so afraid of white people that she wouldn't say nothing in their presence. Even when she had a lawsuit against them, she was saying, "I'm not going down there." My grandmother was scared to go and register to vote. My grandmother, she saw a lot. And so she was scared of white people. And they enjoyed having us that way. Okay? The generation that got away from that really was the baby boomers. The baby boomers are my dad's, right? My grandmother's children. The baby boomers, there was some changing going on, and that's the Martin Luther King and the civil rights and all those things, and the Malcolm X's and people coming up and standing up, you know, the Black women and the men who was fighting for rights. But even during that time, we were still being lynched. But we already know this though, right? Because every single one of the people who stood up on our behalf were lynched and or murdered, assassinated. So we could act like this shit didn't happen. It's sad when Black people try to act like it didn't happen. It's one thing that they want to act like it didn't happen. It's a whole nother motherfucking thing when we decide to act like it didn't happen. What you mean if she was scared of white people, she wasn't a real Cajun? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God. Yeah, the victim Olympics. Yeah, that's the term. And they make it seem like when you're speaking the truth, that means you running the victim Olympics. No, you speaking the truth because the truth is the truth. Now, if I was saying, well, the reason I'm not doing anything today is because of what happened 80 years ago, that would be different. If I haven't done something farther than my parents and my grandparents, then yeah, and I started complaining about it, that might be the victim Olympics. Okay. I'm going to blow that school. Huh? What? Wait, let me go see what y'all talking about. God damn. Y'all trying to get my area in trouble, talking about blowing shit up. My mama said, if you don't have enough and nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. But the man in the picture could use some lotion. He looked like he needs some lotion. He looked like he greasy and dry at the same time, girl. How you gonna be greasy and dry at the same time? But what it is you see the shine on his forehead and his cheeks. And you can see that he got a lot of scar tissue from pimples and shit right there. He got that combination skin in his T-zone. He need to go and You know what I mean? He got to go and put some all in other areas and take away all from other areas. And he would have pretty skin if he did that. But he's the type of man that he's talking about with black people. Right? When you don't do better because you won't even do research to figure out how to do better. And if he did, he would do some research on his motherfucking skin. He would take care of himself. Okay? He would take care of himself. And the first thing you take care of your skin, your face, dude. Okay? Oh, you're talking about RBR? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the chat, y'all. And I don't think I can see everybody in the chat neither, because I'm looking at it from inside of StreamYards. And so I don't think I see all the comments, and that's what's confusing me, because if I don't see all the comments, then I'm not sure sometimes what y'all talking about. The good thing is he greasing. Maybe you could give him a facial makeover. Well, I can't give him a facial makeover, Lawrence, but what I will say is that he need to go get one. I don't do men facials. I don't do facials. You know what I mean? Some of you men just know how to do it. Some of you could just wash your face. Maybe he just need to wash his face, Lawrence. And so maybe he just need to wash his face. Okay, he got grease buildup. He ain't washing his face. Shit, ain't nothing I can do for him. Anyway, yes, but Alpha apparently, I don't know how the Cajun came into it by me saying that my grandmother was scared of white people, but my grandmother was deadly afraid of white people, and she had a reason to be afraid of white people. Okay, just like a lot of older people back then had a reason to be afraid of white people, especially in the South. Okay, I'm not from New York. I don't know what they were doing in New York, but I know they were lynching motherfuckers in Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Georgia, okay, Florida, Texas. They were lynching people. And when I say lynching people, like you could literally just come up missing. It was that simple. And your family looking for you, but they couldn't even get no help because if, hey, that boy may have gone somewhere. Oh Lord, I'm not doing this today. Let me see.
Hey, good morning, Bob.
Good morning. What's
Hey,
going on?
yeah. So now I'm looking at this picture, right? And I'm like, I didn't know. It appears to me, I know SKC say some pretty quacked up stuff, but man, so he looks like he's African. He doesn't even look American, but
He does look African.
yeah. So he's like talking crazy, you know.
But he does talk crazy, but I don't know what you think about. I understand where we could be hard on some, trying to get our situation straight. But that dude is over there giggling like a fool, and they talk about black people so negatively all the time, as if he's not black. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe he don't feel like he's black because he's not African American. You think
Right.
that might be it?
I think that might be it. Now I'll say this, excuse me, in case he is African American, right? Because I could be wrong, you know, it's all good.
Mhm.
But in case he is, I would wonder who he is pandering to. You know, is he afraid that if he doesn't pander to a totally international based crowd who already have something negative to say about black people, does he feel that his content won't be any more relevant? I think that's might be what it is, but I mean, no, he's totally out of pocket, and I definitely totally utterly don't agree with him just saying that, oh, black kids are, striving or trying to be criminals. That's all we think about is the criminal element and stuff like that. No, that has to be taught and that has to be learned. And the only people, I mean, both black, white, and from anywhere, there are some of those people who have those special brains where they're kind of crazy, they're psychotic, and they don't work quite well, and they go out there and do bad things to people and they hurt people. And generally, those types of people are exceptional because they don't care who they hurt. It's about whatever that it is that they do. And sometimes they'll say, well, I don't have control of my impulses. So that's different. But he's tripping. Really. He really is.
Yeah. So do you think that most, and he's talking about black men in particular, he's saying that black men want to be rappers, ball players, and criminals. Do you find that to be the most? Because I'm coming across men on the internet, and these men are saying, "Hey, I never want to be those things."
I think that is the most, like you said. And so I mean it's ironic. I mean, here, here, here comes a coon moment, I guess, right? So um where I was from, that's the one thing that I despised, right? Like I'm not saying I hate rappers because I like the music genre, the old school stuff rather, but um I did I tried everything that I possibly could not to have that stereotype attached to me. Um, but also, not trying to be so unnaturally myself that someone would accuse me of trying to fit in with somebody else. I'm unapologetically me. I'm American. I'm Native and African American and American. So no, I mean, our black guys don't want to be, if they're smart, they don't want to be rappers. Now, the ball player thing, I mean, if you love sports, if you love football or basketball, and you can make money doing it, that was my dream bomb once before. All I wanted to be was a champion, though. I wanted to be that guy who hit the last shot, at zero, or the guy who caught the 100-yard
All
pass
right.
or ran 100 yards.
Mhm.
That's how I wanted to be.
All right. You've talked enough. Hi, Bomb. How you doing? How you doing, darling? How
Hey,
you doing?
I'm okay. How you doing, Mella? So yeah, we got a few people come up. So we got
I'm
Mella,
terrific.
and we got Black Knight, and we got Alien
Yeah.
Blood. AB, how you doing?
Yeah,
Hey,
what's up?
ladies, how are you? Hey,
Yeah. In
Bomb.
the
Hey,
interest
Mella.
of fairness, I
Go
I'm
ahead.
terrific. Thank you. Just like you all accept cyber. Cyber.
Mhm.
No one is to
Hey,
blame for your failed
okay,
achievement,
okay, okay, okay.
right?
But we're not trying to make
Now
it
we're talking about.
about it on the panel. Go ahead. We okay. Anyway, I asked the question: do y'all find that black people, like SKC is saying over there,
Mhm.
are black men looking to only be criminals, rappers, and ball players?
Yeah, I think it's
I think
problematic. It's
it's
like Jackie
conditioning.
Robinson.
Well, oh, come on, Max. Damn. I literally didn't have a moment to speak. Literally.
I'm sorry, go
Is
ahead.
that all right with you if I make my statement in peace and harmony?
Absolutely.
Okay. I think it's conditioning. I think the conditioning of a self image, right?
Mhm. So are you
A lot
saying
of
that
times
most black men want to be, and
when
I'm
people are
not talking
too
about when they,
ignorant, when they're
I'm
prey
not
to out.
uh, oh my god, I'm not okay. I'm not talking about kids because I wanted to be Barbie at one time when I was a kid before I knew life, right? Real life. I'm talking about as adults. Are you finding that we have a lot of men who are trying to be ball players, rappers, and or criminals?
Saying is that we all operate polarizing. I will
Huh? I can't.
operate
I
as
think she's
human
having audio
beings
problems.
by a point of
Breaking up.
reference. Because the media has conditioned us to think that that's all we're good for, then that's what they naturally gravitate towards. I think
Right.
it's media influence. That's what I think is propelling these black men to think that that's all they can aspire to. That's what I think.
Okay, so you believe that the media has the men doing that, or the media is portraying the men to be
It's
doing these things?
propaganda. Yeah, they're portraying it. Yeah, the media is portraying it. It's not a fact. They're just programming with with constant bombardment. Like it's not a secret that people have used television to babysit their children. Okay, and
Mm.
depending on what television program that child was watching during his, informative years, they may conceive that they are only good for being a clown, like JJ. They think they might only be good for being over assertive, like an extra assertive.
Okay.
I call it assertive. I don't call it abusive, right? Because let's take all the popular TV shows back in the 70s, because I can only speak for my generation. When I think back on those TV shows, as a point of reference as to what a young black man could aspire to be, there were not many instances of real estate developers. Okay,
Right. Right.
that's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
That's a real good point she made. Just look at a
Wait, wait,
cereal
wait, wait,
box.
wait, 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 wait. We got other people. We got AB and Black Knight.
Mhm.
AB, you could go, and then we're gonna give it to Black Knight.
Well, I got a real slight interesting point. I think that if you're 25 and younger, I would agree. Yeah, SK is right. But if you're like 26 and older, that's definitely different. I think for the older black men, we just inspire to be definitely different. We're definitely different.
So you said 25 and younger don't want to be ball players, or you do?
No, they do. I would say that definitely.
Oh, okay.
I would say
Right.
that.
Okay, I get that. Because you're young and you're still hoping to. But
Right,
what
your
happened?
dreams.
Right, right. Okay, and that's fair. Black Knight, what you have to say?
Well, the problem I got with what he's saying is the fact that he's saying it. That's one. Two, it's not really the media. It's people like him that are in the media espousing this nonsense. That's the big problem.
Huh?
And if you take away the ball players, distract the ball players from that. I don't have any problem with the ball players because most young youth now are so like supernaturally athletic right now. I mean, they're jumping out the gym right now. So I got no problem with them being ball players. But the biggest problem with what I have, what he's saying, he's painting black people with a broad brush with this criminal element. It's a small contingent of misguided black men and women out there that do want to aspire to be career criminals. That is true, but that's a minority number that he's using to paint all black people with a broad brush. This
Right.
guy is more dangerous than Kevin Samuels because he's clean cut. Young people will listen to him, and he sounds like he makes sense.
Mm.
And then he's grooming future sellouts.
Mm. I don't know about the sellouts or nothing, but I do. When I listen to him, he do sound like a fool. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, no doubt he's a fool.
yeah. But okay, I get that, and I understand what AB was saying. AB saying, look, when we're young, we still have our
Yeah,
we
like,
still have our
all right, hold
dreams.
on. Let me go a little deeper. Let me go a little deeper. Like, basically, okay, technically, what SK is saying is wrong, but technically, what he's saying is right because our culture is so based around that. We're so focused in on that. It's almost like that's what we glamorize. That's what
Yeah,
we
but there's
glorify.
nothing. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with us being naturally who we are. We have to stop being afraid of being who we are. We're not the only people out there with a criminal element in our race. just because somebody brings up, well, black on black crime or whatever, we're supposed to tuck tail and run. Everybody has crime. We're not the only people with crime, not the only people with criminals. You have young Chinese kids out there aspiring to be thugs too.
But
There are Japanese kids. There are Japanese kids out there aspiring to be thugs. There are Hispanic kids out there want to be thugs. It's not just young black kids.
That's
you don't
true.
think you don't think it's a certain anger and a certain hatred?
No, I don't, and I'm sick and tired of black people afraid of being black.
Well, go easy on
Everybody else
them.
can be who they are except
Right.
us.
Yeah, go
That's
easy on them.
word.
So can I ask a question?
Good.
I think Mela made not saying that all you guys' points were bad, but Mela actually really pulled it out and put it on the table. Because when I was listening to Mela
That's
speak,
only in reference to a particular generation in time.
right,
I
right,
can't
no,
really talk about any other generation but my own.
right, no, I mean, no, you're right, but I'm just saying the thesis and the foundation of what you were saying when you were talking about that, I was like, wow, and the reason, I mean, I agree with you all, but I would say if you think about it, um, this really is something that I would say that the media or certain aspects of media and let's just say corporations too, because we're that portrayal is a cash cow for them. When I go to Walmart or when I go to Target and I look at the cereal boxes bomb and everybody, when I look at the clothing posters or just even nowadays things that have nothing to do with sports have rappers or black athletes associated with them. And I'm just saying, look at a cereal box, look at a house alarm, products. Excuse me. Look at a home alarm product, or look at a car product, or look at just any product that has nothing to do with sports and entertainment. You don't see Tom Brady or predominantly white or Hispanic or Chinese, as Max was saying. You don't see those particular types of ethnicity represented with that type of advertising. You see predominantly Black African American people associated with that advertising. And then there's kind of like the misnomer is that, oh, we're putting them up there because we're trying to be inclusive, right? That's the excuse that they pass off. So it's like, well, if you can put these mega million athletes and rappers up there, why can't some of the black youth that you're saying is predisposed, as SKC is saying, why can't we see doctors or businessmen or businesswomen, um, male and female lawyers or judges, people who have a positive um, influence and who are actually in working society doing well? Why does it always have to be why does the black athlete or the black rapper have to be the go-to? But on the same token, then you say, oh wow, they're predisposed to crime. So that's what I saw and what
Because
Melo was saying.
because we have men just like this that say let black men be whatever they want to be.
Excuse me.
I didn't
Now,
understand
men,
that.
we have men like
Me neither.
you. No, well, we have men like you that say, "Oh, black men could do whatever they want to do. They can say whatever they want to say. They can feel however they want to feel." That's wrong.
I didn't say that though, my brother. I
No, no,
think.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about what he had said a few minutes ago when he was
Oh,
going
you're
in.
talking about Max. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Max was wrong. That's
Why am I
what he
wrong?
just said. No, because what he just said, what you just implemented, was right. That's what we should have. We should have a lane
Mhm.
and a bracket of those kind of men worship, but we don't because we have men like you, Max, that say no, little baby should be the nigga glorified because he the nigga in the streets.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I never said nothing about being no nigga in the street.
No, he's talking about me, Max. He was saying the point that I made was instead of always having the black rapper, actor, entertainer as the go-to, but then on that same token saying, well, they're predisposed to crime. Yes, we should have more people who are not sports and entertainment related go-tos to be put out there. And what he was saying what you're saying is that when you make the comment that black men can be whatever they want to be and have a voice, be ourselves, he finds some error with that because whatever.
I don't see any problem wanting a kid wanting to be a rapper. We created that culture. Now we got to clean it up. But I see no problem with a kid wanting to be a rapper. I mean, should we tell white people to stop singing country music? Should we tell white people to stop wanting to be country singers?
That's not the point.
Yeah, but Max, they're not country singers aren't out there talking about. I don't even want to go down that.
Damn, if they're not, they're out there. Have you ever heard some country music?
I listen. I have
a lot of country music.
phone.
A lot of country music. They talk about killing their wives. You know that?
I have a bunch of it in my phone. I don't know, Max.
They're talking about killing their wives, cheating on their wives. What do you think? What do you think the song is? All my exes live in Texas.
Okay, so that's one song.
What do you think that is?
I mean,
Randy Travis. Hold on, dog. Randy Travis digging up bones.
Okay, that's one song.
You're talking about killing and burying his wife.
That's one song, Max. And in all fairness, and I understand you completely.
That's two songs.
But hold on, brother. Those okay. If we just take a step back, right, and we look at, let's just say, just take your comment, right, the country music and the rap music, both are musical forms of expression, right? We can agree. But I have to be.
I ain't even got the heavy metal.
I have to be. I mean, that's. I have my feelings on that, but let's. I have to be very honest, right? If you were to ask me, is a certain genre of those musics representative of a certain type of behavior, I have to be honest with you. Mainstream country is generally promoted and put up. I'm not saying that it is 100%, but it's promoted and put up to be some indicative view of wholesome, good American values. Not saying it's true, but that's how it's portrayed. When we look at mainstream rap used to be about lyrical expression, being very fancy and crafty with wordplay to make, a punchline. That's not mainstream rap anymore. Mainstream rap transformed into what underground rap has always been, behind the bushes. So now, whether it's white or black people within the rap genre, it's portrayed to be the dope dealer, the drug hustler, the and these young kids out here with this gang,
the hacker,
just crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, just like there aren't a lot of commons. And what's that guy from Chicago who wears the hat? I forget his name. Whatever his name is, I don't know his name. But the young positive brother who wears the hat with the number 9 on it, I don't know his name. But there's not a lot of commons out there. There's not a lot of Talib Kwelibs. There's not a lot of, whoever's out there. There's more of the Locks and the Jay-Z's and the whoever's and the guys from down south with the gang and scared to come outside and all this type of stuff. So rap's not indicative. Rap honestly is indicative of the negative behavior. So I kind of disagree with you when you say on one end there's nothing wrong for a child to be a rapper. I disagree with that because the musical genre and the people that play that game, they're solely interested in the negative portrayal that's out here today, and they make money off of it. So I have to respectfully disagree with you on that. If there were more commons, more Talib Kwelibs, more high techs, and the one guy from Chicago, I can't remember his damn name. I can't remember the guy's name, man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He wears that hat with the number sign on it. Heck,
what about if there was more China Max and M&Ms?
With Eminem, I'm not so cool on Eminem because see Eminem, I'm not
talks about
cool
drugs.
Yeah, I'm not
about drugs.
I'm not cool with Eminem because I'll be honest to you, I liked Eminem when he first came out with the wordplay. Eminem.
But he's hailed as a rap god though.
I mean, because that's what those people who are, and those are the same people who would tell you that Biggie Smalls is the best rapper of all time, but he's dead. That's not fair,
Well,
right?
that ain't got nothing to do with him being rapping.
But I'm just saying, I'm trying to make a subtle analogy. Those
Mhm.
people who hail Eminem as a rap god, Eminem is destructive. I'll be honest. I'll tell you, he's destructive,
Very destructive.
and he became more destructive the more famous he got and the more money he made. So he felt that he has carte blanche, right? I like Dr. Dre, but when these type of guys become billionaires, they feel like they have carte blanche. Now I'll tell you something. Master P, I grew up in the Master P era. He was talking about dope dealing and drug selling and UGK and all that. And when I was young, I was with it. We loved it. But now you can't see Master P get put on the platform for talking about all of the actually, the point that we're making today, Master P is speaking to that very point, and he's trying to, do everything to portray a positive image. They don't want to talk to the man. They respect him, but they don't want to talk to him. They don't want to. They don't want to put him on the pedestal because it takes away from It takes away from them making that money from portraying that image and keeping that type of stuff out there.
Right.
Master P is ultra positive, and he's real. And he's like, you know what? Like Romeo. We don't see Romeo being uplifted. Now let him talk about all this other Little Wayne stuff. Then he's uplifted, and it's not just by blacks, but it's also by corporations, because corporations are approaching these people who've never had a pot to piss in with this money to essentially sell out. So I mean, you got it, man. I'm just I'm with you in spots, and I'm not, but
Good point.
Yeah, that was a good point.
Very good points.
Well, as far as the music, we have a right to our own music. We have a right to our own language. All of those things that they made us feel bad about, right? When they was talking about ebonics and how you can't speak English. But we don't tell Mexican people that they can't speak Spanish. We don't tell Italians they can't speak their language. We don't tell them how to speak it. But they wanted to do that to us. But what I will say is, when I go into these communities, I do not see a lot of black men wanting to be criminals. I don't see a lot of them wanting to be rappers and trying to be ball players after a certain age. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there aren't any, but the things that this SKC guy is talking about over there, the hatred of black people. Because you're right, he looks like he might be African, so maybe that's where that might be where he's coming from with this bullshit.
His wife is Chinese, I believe, too.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So so that's probably what it is then. I'm not, I don't know nothing about his wife, and I ain't got nothing to do with that. But what I am saying
she's
is,
Chinese.
he do not look black. He don't look like an African American, and you notice that you know how the men come from other countries and they down us. They down black men and black women. You know what I mean? And they'll make it seem like, oh, the black American man, he don't know how to do this and he don't know how to do that. He always want to be a criminal. They do that. And
they are hard workers, though. Just to give them their credit, though, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of overseas, like foreigners, are hard workers. I'm gonna give them their roses.
We have hard workers too, though. We have hard workers too.
No,
You're
no,
right.
I'm not discounting us. No. I'm not discounting them. I mean, us. But at the same time, they are hard
Man,
workers.
black people work hard every day, bro. I work 7 days a week.
You know what, though?
About?
You know what? I'll say this, and this is no dig at my international colleagues, right? You have a point, but I want to try to say this without minimalizing them, but I want to tell the truth. I want to tell the truth. Yeah, if I grew up, if America had plastic bottles and landfills everywhere, and we were sniffing uh, jet engine fuel out of a plastic bottle for our childhood, and I made it somehow to be a doctor in a wealthy country like the UK, I guess somebody would say that I work hard too, coming from an America that looks like that. So we're a top tier first world country, and the reality is, it's not their fault. They're not bad people. They come from countries that are extremely less than, and they just stay focused. But I wouldn't say it doesn't mean that they work any harder than anybody else who doesn't come from a country like that. And
Exactly.
I think that's the misconception that gets applied to them. You come from
Right.
China, I get it.
Let's put it in perspective, right? We're not talking about somebody who grew up and around black people. This man doesn't have any experience of black. He doesn't know black people. He doesn't know anything about black people. All he knows is white supremacist talking points and things that he sees from a distance. That's it. He doesn't have any interaction with black people. He's never been in the hood. He don't know black people at all. So let's put this all in perspective.
A lot of us
Okay.
want to get out that hood. I sure wanted to bomb. I really.
I don't
wanted
have
to
a
get out.
problem.
hated
I don't
the
have a
hood.
problem with the hood. I live in the hood now. I have money. I live in the hood because I don't believe that my people are dangerous. I don't believe that my people are animals. I know what the propaganda is. I don't believe it. I live around my people every single day. And I got money. I can just me and my wife, we can get up and go wherever we want. But I don't
Well,
believe that my people are dangerous.
Right.
my people where I'm from, they are dangerous, and that's okay. I mean, no, I'm just saying. I'm not. Notice I didn't say all of my people because he's right. It's not true. But I mean, some of our people just want to do what they want to do. They have their liberty to do it. And where I'm from, my people, like I said, where I'm from, are dangerous, were dangerous, and the unfortunate part, they're still dangerous today. So when I go through home, I'm from Ohio. They just passed the gun laws there, but doesn't matter. Uh, I'm interested to see how it's going to turn out over the summer up to the year, because in Ohio, anybody can walk around with a gun without a license now. So
Wait, Max. Wait, hold on. So your name is Max, and what's your name?
I'm Cyber Supreme.
Cyber Springs. All
Yeah,
right.
Cyber
So
for sure.
quick thing. I'm right with Max when he say this because I'm from the hood too. But long story short, it's about the comfortability of your spirit. Like me personally, I'm from Harlem. I'm from New York. I can go anywhere I want to go, because the hood is the hood. People
That's
are
right.
people. Love is love. Shit don't change. If a nigga play, it is what it is. You got to play with a nigga. Like, it's one or the other. But the point is that, you know, as a man, you got to be comfortable in your own skin. And I think that's what Max is really breaking down. That's what he's implementing. I like that.
I
Yeah,
agree with you both. I've said I've lived in places that people might think was a hood, and I ain't have no problem.
No
You know what I
nope.
problem.
mean? And so if you just said, AB, love is love. If you respect people, people respect you back. If you trying to be out here and be something you're not and show off your shit, though, your shit might get taken from you. Okay. Yeah, shit.
Yeah,
So
Chance,
and
Chance the Rapper, who I was talking about. Thanks,
okay,
Lisa. Chance the Rapper. It's a positive young brother.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
do
not
think we.
and it's not just in the black community. White people, they get their shit stolen too. They got drug addicts and drug dealers in the white community. They robbing and killing each other too.
They be
Wait,
shooting each other. They be shooting each other who's homeless. They be
yo,
shooting
Bomb.
homeless people.
Yo, Bomb.
Uh-huh.
I think I might talk about it on my channel though. But you know what you might have to talk about? The secret war with where sometimes with white men and they wives. Like, I think white men beat their wives more than black men.
Hmm. Well,
I
we
believe
know
that.
they definitely. We know they kill them. You know what I mean? They shit. They always gotta Lifetime movie, or
Oh yeah,
they even
yeah.
got the true crime stories, and they always showing.
Oh yeah,
Man,
they all know.
the worst domestic violence killing I ever seen was a white woman who killed her husband and put him in a big old thing of sulfuric acid.
Mm,
A big barrel, a big giant barrel of sulfuric acid.
that's crazy, man.
Burnt up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got people of all kind of things to do that. You know, I mean that shit. I mean, that's what I wanted to do to the guys that jumped on my brother, but you know, it's just a people thing.
Yeah. Was it a black person who hurt your brother? Or
Uh, yeah, but I mean, you know, I'm not. They was the type of guys that was in the streets. So I'm not gonna. I don't want to say that um, because they were black, they were bad. It could have been some white guys. I mean, a white van driver. I was told that he backed up and ran over my mom and knocked her over and drove off, and some guys chased him, and they couldn't catch him because he ran over the river. So I mean, you know, it's fuckery on both sides. And I was like, "Well, did you get a license plate?" And they didn't get it, but yeah, I mean, no, they jumped on them. But those particular guys are out there in the hood every day. And to be honest, you
mhm.
know, as a confession, I haven't done anything to the guy because my brother ended up living. Um, and so I kind of felt that if my mom's prayers were granted, I would let the guy go. And if my brother would have ended up dying, for all the pain that he caused and to see my mom go through that, then I would have, you know, pushed the button on him. But you know, I fear God, so I'm just not gonna go kill somebody because they hurt my brother. To take a life is a whole different level. And I think that with these husbands who kill their wives and put them in sulfuric acid or vice versa, it's one thing to hurt a person, but you know, I don't know if anybody's ever killed anyone, but for whatever reason, justified, or maybe you were in the service, or maybe somebody was trying to hurt you. Um, but it's a that's a really tough process. You really have to digest that, like Jay Z said. It's a tough thing to digest, and at least me, um, I have to feel that something is unto death to justify me going to that level. You know.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah.
I'm looking for our community to better one another. I'm not here to beat up on men or women. So what y'all think we can do besides like dude over there cracking and making fun and laugh? He sounded so ridiculous, showing that little white kid and laughing, talking about how black parents treat their kids, and it just was
But you
ridiculous.
see, guys like that, man, they can get away with this stuff on social media. That's why I try not to watch people like this because they'll never be anywhere where I am. You know,
Yeah.
so you can put hands on them. You know what I'm saying? They get away with this stuff on social media, and it just drives you crazy. That's why I try not to watch guys like this. But I do want to say this, but we getting ready to have a debate on my little debate league. Is the hood really dangerous, or is it the street? Which one?
What's the difference?
Well, the street is much different than the hood. In the
Um,
street, you have a constant negative revolving contingent of people that's pretty much on the street 24 hours a day. The hood is different. The hood is people having barbecues, sitting on their porches, making phone calls to each other. The girls outside in front of the door, jump roping and stuff like that. The boys are playing football in the street. You know, that's the hood.
hmm.
The street is different. The street
Okay,
got a
I
bunch of
see what you're
drugs
saying.
on it. There's shootings. People getting beat down. Robbings are going on all night. It's just a constant, continuous cesspool of a bad element that's just ongoing on the street.
I
That's the
would say,
difference.
I would say, because I'm from the hood and the streets, unfortunately. I think, I
Right.
think, I think, I think I can ride with you because you can separate the two.
Uh huh.
Um, the streets can be in the hood, you know, because I remember
Right.
I remember the pissy hallways and the dope fiends having sex with the Rottweilers for money and for drugs, and
Wait a
that was
minute,
being
what?
introduced. Yeah,
That nigga wild.
yeah. No, I mean,
Wild.
I come from a place.
Rottweilers.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
wild,
I'm
man.
serious. No, hold on, time out. So just to stay on track with what you said, and I'm not gonna say too much about it, but where I'm from in Ohio, when New Jack City came out, we had a particular guy at a particular city in a particular place in Ohio who was a lot of guys were heavily influenced by Nino Brown. They were so they were so influenced by him that when I was 12, um, they portrayed that in my neighborhood. So the neighborhood that I come from, 12 o'clock every night at midnight, they had the silver briefcase, they had the champagne bottles, they had the Max, the Uzis, the 10s, the Desert Eagles, the 45s, and what have you. And every night at 12 o'clock, in the middle of our neighborhood, we had a spot called the Middle, where all the drug dealers and drug addicts were. And anybody who was anybody was in that particular part of the neighborhood. At 12 midnight, they would let off their guns and toast and drink champagne because they were in the streets in our hood. They were the kings of the
Mhm.
streets. And these were guys who did robberies, um, tied up old people. They put babies in stove. I mean, a lot of that stuff. And I got partners that used to run with those guys. But yeah,
Damn.
it was pretty fucked up. They did some of my partners said when they would do that, they separated themselves. And so that's how I learned certain guns at 12. You know, my mama said, get out that window, say your prayers, you know. But I wanted to see what was going on. And on the other side of the street, there was the police who at the time were powerless to stop these guys. They could watch them, videotape them, you know, look at them, and the guys didn't care. You know, they shot those guns, and the police could not and would not do anything to them. They would just drive off. And years later, you know, they end up catching them, and guys went to jail, and they had enemies and all that type of stuff. But I think Max is right. You know, on the other side of the hood, or on 4th of July, or on the holiday and on Easter, yeah, people were tending to their gardens. People were having the barbecue and selling the Dixie cups and the penny candy
Mhm.
label, stuff like that. And it was only until you had movement and the street element that would, bring itself to where it really wasn't welcome. Come and jump on somebody's cousin because his shoes is fresh on Easter. He's at the corner store buying him a bag of chips. One of these idiots don't like him. He's probably handsome. He's probably getting that dark skin or that light skinned sister with that booty. And they don't like him because he's not in the street. So they step on his shoes on purpose. Now they have a reason to jump on him. Now they have a reason to run up there, to that part of the court where there's never no trouble. And now they jumping and fighting and shooting. So I think Max has a point. If you separate the two, so I would say the hood is not bad. It's just
No, it's not.
when the street element is present, it's horrible.
Yeah. The hood is actually very homely and family oriented. Like you said, it's backyard barbecues, kids outside playing. You're talking to your next door neighbor. Kids are coming home from school. That's the hood. You understand what I'm saying? The street is much different. The street is much different.
But what the younger people are saying that, the kids outside playing, that used to be our generation, but kids these days are not outside playing no joke rope and double dutch,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not doing that no more. They're inside playing video games. So they
Shit, bomb. You know what? From
mm,
where I'm from my particular little city, it's interesting you say that. We had some very fucked up people, man, when I grew up. And the women, I put it this way: you didn't want to run into these women that roam around where I'm from. They was on some real bullshit. They was tough, and they would go. And when I say they would every other day they would leave to go beat a bitch down. Like they was good looking girls too, but they was about beating a bitch down. And I mean they really did some bad. And I seen those same girls stay in the hood, and those same guys that I grew up with. They stayed in my hood, bomb. To the point that one of the guys, his baby mom, lost her life. He that went and did something wrong. They chased him. He ran through his baby mama's house. Just the streets we talking about. What, like Max said, he ran through his baby mama's house with his baby mama and his kids in that house while these dudes was chasing him. Ran through the back door, ran out through the front door, and one of the dudes realized that he had ran through his baby mama's house to get away from them trying to kill him. Shot the girl in
Oh,
the
damn.
head. Shot the kid in the head. I'll never forget that shit, man. I'll never forget that. And some of those kids, of some of those people, I was visiting my mom's, in the city one time, and I drove down and hollered at some of the homies. Their sons and daughters. I seen them jumping on a little boy playing football on the street, like Max said. It was 3 or 4 of these kids on this one little boy, jumped on him, and these kids wasn't no older than like 11, 12, man. They jumped on this little boy, knocked his teeth out his mouth, and put all type of knots on his head. And because I pulled him up, and I say, man, this such and such number, little sons, man. The 2 sons that did it was the guy. Is ironic. Was the guy who ran through his baby mama's house and got her shot in the head, got his kid shot. And we cool to this day. He just a wild ass nigga. He's always has been a wild nigga. Them niggas is wild. And that kid's father came out. He's a hardworking black guy, cooking the barbecues, taking the kids to the football games. And he came and knocked on them people door and say, man, look what y'all did to my boy. Look what you did to my boy. He say, that guy had to get out his car to pull 4 of y'all kids off my one kid over playing football in the back of the house. And the girl who I know, I'm not going to name her, but she came out and she says, well, we don't teach our kids to fight fair. We teach our kids to jump. And I was just like, damn, man. I got in the car and drove off, and I said, y'all niggas ain't changed since we were kids, man. Y'all teaching y'all kids the same shit how we was. But that's just one part. It's not everywhere.
Right. Hold up. I want AB. What is your channel name so I can subscribe to it? I know you say you're gonna do something on your channel.
Oh yeah. It's Alien Blood.
Huh?
Alien Blood.
Alien.
Yeah.
Alien Blood.
ALIEN space blood.
Okay. Y'all make sure.
Subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe.
Let's see. Alien Blood.
Yeah, and 2, I'm also shedding light too on the pandemic. I call it a pandemic with black women taking kids' lives. I think that's a real problem.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Even though like I'm a fierce protector of black women, I love black women, I do not believe that black men are killing black women every 5 hours. I refuse to believe that.
I
don't know about that.
Yeah, I think that when they add it up, it does come to that. They adding up how many killings per year, and then they dividing it up by days, and then they dividing it up by hours, and that's what it comes to. You say alien blood, like
alien blood. ALIEN space blood. But matter of fact, you know what? I got to check the statistics on what's the ratio of black women taking kids' lives, because it's the pandemic. It's going crazy right now.
Yeah, it is. Everything's going crazy right now. You're right about that.
So you're saying that all of these murders are happening in 1 year?
No,
yeah, that's
look. Within the past 7 years.
No, dude. I'm talking about the 5-hour thing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I can't. Black men ain't that crazy. I don't.
That's a statistical average, Max. So I mean, it could very well, like Baum said, be true when you calculate the math. The math isn't biased unless you force the math to be biased. The math might not be the truth that we like to hear, but I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to believe it.
I mean,
that's my honest feeling. I don't want to believe that. I want to believe that black men have lost their minds to that point. I don't want to believe that.
Okay. So let me put it this way, because I've taken statistics. When they say every 5 hours, right? And a lot of people don't realize this, it doesn't mean that 5 hours from now, or let's just say in a 72-hour span from now, within some point of that span, if you isolate 5 hours, it does not mean that a black man will have killed a black woman in 5 hours. Now, here's the reason I gave you the math like that. What that means is that based on the numbers, like Baum said, they have a number of murders and homicides, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they figure out who's the perpetrator, who's the victim. When you tally these numbers up within a year, you then break down mathematically how often do these homicides and or murders take place when you look at the whole collection or that subset. And the number that comes out will be, they can break it down and say, in this year, it was this many, crimes committed that were murders or homicides. And you simply just start dividing. You can say, you know what, pretty much on average, this crime occurred ever so often. And they use that to paint a picture, because the higher that smaller number is, it's going to be indicative of more crime taking place. So that's statistically, that's what that means. It doesn't mean if we, what's today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever.
Yeah, Tuesday.
We can go up till Saturday. It doesn't mean that within the time frame of now, which is Tuesday, up until Saturday, if we take a slice of 5 hours out, a black man would have killed a black woman. It doesn't mean that. It's used to calculate and to drill down from the whole. So they basically take the whole and they work backwards to say, how often were these types of crimes committed when we look over the broad time frame? That's what that means. And a lot of people don't know that.
Okay, great. It's the synopsis. Now, the black men in the black community synopsis is that we feel like those are white statistics. I don't believe every 5 hours a black man is attacking or killing a black woman. That is ridiculous. I don't care what statistic you read or who is given by. That's ridiculous. Every 5 hours a black man is killing a black woman.
Yeah, I can't believe that either. I can't buy into that either. It does.
That sounds crazy.
So you know what I would say to that? This is what I would say. I don't really have an opinion on it. I'm just looking at the numbers, right? I would say, for me to say it's true or not true, let's take a city, right? Let's take a place, because country's huge, right? And let's take the crimes that were considered to be murder and or homicide. And then we would say, okay, are we going to have a specific age range that's a cutoff, or is everybody included? That means babies up to an adult. Then we say, okay, we need the data specifically for African Americans where the perpetrator was a male and the victim was a female. Then if you want to go further, right, we could say, okay, are we looking at convictions, or are we looking at what was charged? Because a charge could have been somebody else, right? Could have been the white man with the black glove on his hand. You never know. Blame it on black guy, right? But are we looking at convictions, or are we looking at charges where there's an open warrant of arrest for the perpetrator who's black and a male? And then we tally up all of the numbers for the deceased. We just simply get the numbers in your local county, state, province, whatever, city, borough, right? And we simply add them up. We add them up. And when we add them up, we then say, okay, over the course of a year, How many people on average a month? This amount. How many people on average per week? This amount. How many people on average daily? 365 or 366, right? You do the math and then you say, okay, can we use math? No black, no white man's, no black man's, nothing. Can we just use simple math to calculate? Can we see how many people it would be an hour?
But I
And then
found
you do the calculation.
well, I just had it up. I'm trying to find it. It's in one of these goddamn things I posted. Oh Lord. At least 4 black women and girls were murdered. At least 4 black women and girls were murdered per day in the US last year.
See?
Okay. So if at least 4 was killed per day, well, how many hours is there in a day?
Right. You can't help but just do the math.
24.
And
That's
I'll
right.
you know, I'll say this. The reason I can't just come out there and just say I don't think based on the math, the reason I can't say I don't think that that's true because I mean, to me, I feel that will be um, a lack of sensitivity to black women to say they're not being harmed. And I think we have to be very careful about that because if you got a lot of knuckleheads who are with a lot of black women doing a lot of knucklehead shit, then yeah, the math is going to tell on you. And I think it would be unfair to, it would kind of be us sweeping under the rug. Like if women say that they were raped in certain circumstances and you do the math and say, you know what, this is how it comes out. It looks bad. It's not a good look, but we don't want to sweep it under the rug just because we don't think it's true, you know?
Yeah, they're calling it black femicide. It has a term, and that's what they're saying. We got black men, especially with this pandemic. They're killing their wives. They killing their girlfriends who pregnant because they don't want the babies. Every day here in this area where I live at, I'm hearing of some dude who killed his black girlfriend or wife in the Philly area. So, I mean,
So pretty much black men have gone crazy, huh?
Yeah. But we see, if we're talking about statistics, right? Bomb and Max. I mean, that's one thing Mella said was her time in the 70s. So if we just go back to a point in time and say, all right, let's go back to 1965 and let's come forward, right? Now, you know, some of y'all are probably, I mean, obviously are older than I am, right? So you guys could probably say this was a critical point in time where certain patterns in society and how those patterns had an effect on the black community changed. Like you could probably go back and say this at this time this happened and everything just started kind of going like this and people started giving up and losing hope and people came in and took advantage of it. So I mean it's been a continual thing. What's happening now, I don't believe it's just the black community that's going through it. I believe what's happening now is becoming widespread. It's affecting other ethnicities. They're just trying not to tell the truth about it.
right. Or they may even be telling the truth. We just focusing on us. Maybe that's what it is. But if at least 4 black women and girls are murdered per day, that's at least 5 an hour. I'm sorry, that's at least 1 every 5 hours. Like you said, that's the math. It's only 24 hours in a day.
Right. Yeah. Free the grain. I don't understand what your protest is, brother. I'm just saying, like Bomb is saying, the math might, based on the behaviors and the actions that are committed, the math might paint a picture and tell a story that just doesn't make us look good. And we can't go and say, well, that's not true, because if you just do the simple math, he's saying cyber 4 can go on to 24 6 times, do the math. I mean, I'm not debating whether it's true or not. I'm just saying the math just simply being done. If Bomb was to sit down and go over the cases, and she has a baseline that she uses for male perpetrators and female victims who are black, and she does the math for a year at a particular place or on a country average, and she can do her math, she's going to come out with some results to show you. And it might not be what people want to see, because it might be sickening. And that's the truth. We can't be mad at Bomb Cherry for just doing the math.
Okay. Enough of this. Enough. Black men
Yeah, I know it doesn't
are the
sound good, brother.
pillars.
Doesn't
Hold
sound
on.
good.
Black pillars. Black men are the pillars of our community. Black men make the community. Okay? I don't never want to paint or run with no narrative that we are just some monstrous
Exactly.
animals without
Like we're
ears.
monster. Exactly. That's my whole
We're
point, brother.
You from
stop.
Harlem, right?
You gotta
Big,
stop
big
that.
homie.
Stop. We
You from
understand the
Harlem, right?
statistics. Listen, we fully understand your statistics, your white man statistics. We
You from
fully
Harlem, right?
acknowledge them. We fully acknowledge them. We fully respect them. We don't have a
Hmm.
problem with them.
Hmm.
We're not saying that you're lying. We're just saying we're not running with that narrative. That's a notion that you can believe. That doesn't have to be fact.
You from
Now,
Harlem, though, right, brother?
And then they're not even
it doesn't
saying
matter where
that.
I'm from.
Yeah, but check
No,
this out, right?
I'm just
They're
asking.
not even separating anything. They're just saying black men, period.
So
That's
this is
problematic. You're not saying I'm not a monster, bro.
I don't think they're saying that you're a monster. And y'all the one that brought this up. The only reason we talking about this right now because y'all saying y'all didn't believe it.
I'm not. We
But
can handle. I can handle the conversation. Ain't nobody afraid of.
oh, okay, yeah, but that's what the numbers show. The FBI numbers show
Yeah,
that.
well, those numbers ain't showing the correct information. I mean, all black. I refuse to believe that black men have all of a sudden grown into monsters and that we can't protect our women. We've now become their murderers.
so Max. I
If a
have to
fact,
I have to ask Bomb Cherry a question. I understand how you feel, and I'll get to the reason why I asked the brother from Harlem. Is he from Harlem, right? Because I'm very familiar with all parts of New York. I live in the area, right? So I think when you're saying what you're saying, though, bro, and I can understand where the brother's coming from, saying we don't want to run with it. Doesn't mean it's not true, but yeah, okay, let's not run with it. Let's do something about it, but don't. Let's not just say, oh, well, we're gonna just turn a blind eye to what's true. Oh no, I don't think so. I would have to say, how do you think Bomb, as a woman, if because remember she has a very different perspective in this than we do because she's a black woman. So if what would you say if you say, well, I don't think it's true, and Bomb would say, well, I feel differently, and she has credible information or a credible opinion that's fact to put out there. How would you feel then?
Okay, I would ask Bomb, basically, on your daily travels, do you feel like, black men are a danger to your life? Do you think that you're in danger when you're around black men?
these days, yes, these younger men are crazy. They not. It's not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be.
That's what I mean. They're not separating anything. There is a contingent of men, younger men, who are absolutely, completely lost, and they don't have no regard for life.
They're still black
Mhm.
though,
Yeah,
That's right.
I understand that, but they're not. They don't make up black men as a whole. That's what my problem is.
but they're
Right,
still
I'm
but
black.
not saying that. I'm not saying that it's not happening because I've seen crazy shit come from a lot of the younger generation, and even not just the younger generation, but even some guys like in their 40s
right,
who are
right.
acting stupid too. Okay, like that brother who just killed his wife and his girlfriend, and he was a Kevin Samuels fan. He was in his 40s, I believe,
Uh-huh.
or late 30s or whatever. But they're painting all black men with the same brush. That's what I got a problem with.
But I don't think they're doing that, but we hear black on black crime, but then y'all want to act like the black on black crime doesn't include the black men against black women.
Oh no, I totally agree with that. I talk about that on my show. Guys are mad at me now because they keep saying that all I do is talk about bad shit about black men against black women. I'm totally aware of that, but what I'm saying is this is not the majority of black men, even though it's being pushed out there like it is. I'm not a monster. None of my brothers are monsters. My father wasn't a monster. My grandfather wasn't a monster. I don't know any black men who are monsters that's in my age range.
My father was, and he is. He's better because he's older. But I mean,
What
you know
makes
what?
him a
I'm
monster?
gonna be honest to you. I can play audio tape of my dad because we had some reconciling to do. I can play audio tape of my, and my mama's husband was too. He was a hustling, murderous ass nigga who was respected, who would not hesitate to hit a motherfucker upside his head with a golf club. My father, who was a working guy, he was a very strong man. He was a very violent man, and I have my dad on videotape saying, son, you did good, because I never had a problem cutting and killing and chopping folks, and that was my dad. That is my father. That's my dad. He's black. He's a nice guy, but he just grew up in a time and that's how he was. And people who know my dad know how he is.
That's not a monster.
Man, I know my
Listen,
dad.
listen. Hold on. Let's just separate things. Let's separate things. Kill it.
I know my
Hold on.
father.
Kill it. Hold on. Let's just separate things real quick. Being a monster is someone that's monsterly a monster. That's naturally a monster.
I know my father, my friend.
He was a working man that did good by his family. He wasn't a
No,
monster.
he
He
was
said he
not.
was killing people.
He was not. He was not. My father. I mean, I'm not gonna make it about my dad, but because I know me and Pop's cool today, and a lot of what I learned from him is good. I have it, and it's bad, right? But
He's a good man.
the bad. But I'm not gonna go down that aisle because I know the truth about my dad, and
Right, but
my father would tell you the truth about him. He'd say, "Young man, I don't want you to get it twisted."
okay.
But I'll say this: the reason I asked if you were from Harlem, right? And I think Bond made an excellent point. For years, Harlem has always been celebrated more so for its attraction and lust to negative black portrayals, namely in the drug game, male and female. And I mean, when I'm in Harlem, I mean it's different. I mean, it ain't the Harlem of old, right? But we gotta keep it real, man. You can't tell me that Dipset, Cameron, and all them, and I see guys over there, standing out there. It ain't like it used to be, but I mean, I still see guys in certain areas over there, man, crossing, coming down through the polo grounds and all that shit. I'm in the area, dude. I'm in New York, so it still hasn't changed. And I mean, shit, didn't they finally kill Alpo over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I'm saying? They finally, now that's not to say he didn't have it coming because he was in life. So he dug his grave when he decided to do the shit he was doing. But I'm just saying, you're from Harlem. Harlem has celebrated black negativity and degradation for years in its music and in its culture.
Going back to Bumpy Johnson, Nicky Barnes.
Yeah. So and I mean, like I say, nowadays, like if you coming down that backside, like you coming from the Bronx down to Harlem, it's rough. The polo grounds are still rough. It's still rough out there. Like you can't. That's that's
Yeah,
what they do.
but it's
Yeah,
still
but I don't
also
think
a
that's
lot
a
of
fair assessment of Harlem
yeah,
because
it's still a lot of good people in Harlem.
It
Still
is
a lot.
because guys like Bumpy Johnson was very powerful. Nicky Barnes was extremely powerful. These guys had a stranglehold on that entire neighborhood. So
people were doing the drugs, man.
it was like,
people were
yeah, but
doing
it was like they were living hostages, man. It wasn't.
No,
it was a different situation back then. These guys were extremely powerful, man.
They were complicit. They was complicit, Max.
Man,
I'm not saying
man,
every
Bumpy
person in
Johnson
Harlem
had
is bad.
soldiers all over the street. Nicky Barnes had soldiers all over the street.
Okay,
Frank
but
White and them had soldiers
okay.
everywhere.
So what about some of the madams of Harlem?
You have to understand. You have madams. You have to understand. You're talking about human beings, man. They're gonna get afraid. Especially when you don't have police coming in there doing anything about it. Because nobody touched Bumpy Johnson.
No, because he had people with him. That's the part that I'm trying to say, Max. This is what I'm trying to communicate. People were complicit. My brother's right. There are good people.
I'm not going to say complicit. Complicit or frightened?
What? Complicit.
Are you kidding me, man? What are you doing?
I put it this way, Max. Okay, let me ask you a question. So back to the example of the guys in Ohio who I told you when they was running, doing what they was doing, and this guys from Texas, right, was running with them that I know that I'm good friends with, from my days in the streets. I can tell you I've never kicked in the door, tied up old people, and put who I thought had the money or had the bag, newborn baby in a fucking oven. Do you mean to tell me? Hold on. No, hear me out. Hear me out. Do you mean to tell me people who were running with those guys who did that and worse were putting babies in ovens and murking kids and grandparents because they were scared? No. I can't accept that, my brother. I cannot. As a certified street dude who doesn't live that life no more, I have to be honest.
You're talking about a different time, man. You don't live in the times of Dutch Schultz, Nicky Barnes, Bumpy Johnson, Frank White, all these hardcore gangs. Man, these guys were no joke. Man, these guys were no joke. You know the Black Guerrilla family, man. You know how powerful they was.
It's worse now.
Yeah, it's worse because these young men don't have no control. Nobody
control. Wait. Everybody slow down. Hold on. Everybody slow down. Max, we on the same page. We old school, Max. We old school. I'm feeling
these cats don't get it, man. Like,
it's
how old are you, brother?
World. This is playtime.
How old are you?
Playtime, my brother.
How old are you? How old are you? You mind me asking?
I'm 30, but I'm
43.
School.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter. I'm from the old school. I grew up around.
Both of y'all can be my younger brothers. Both of y'all can be my younger brothers.
I was around 13 years longer than you. How you gonna tell me you old school? And I'm living.
You don't have the knowledge.
No, I'm serious. I'm just serious. No, listen. Time out. And I don't mean to insult you. I don't live that life no more. But I can tell you, I'm 43, and in my time, I did some things that I'm ashamed of. I should not have done it. I hope that I won't be badly judged or I'll be forgiven for it. But I'll put it this way: if you ain't cut no fingers off, it's bullshit, man. It's so you can't say you old school and you 30. I'm 43. I've been around 13 more years than you. Been up under some of these guys. Bad influence. I know a lot of it was trying to fit in. A lot of it was financial survival. And I never felt I took it too far, and I always distance myself away from it. But I mean, that's one thing I know. I know the streets. I'm just lucky to just got non-affiliated with that shit. Never ran with a gang, But come on, man. And Bomb's right. It's worse now. These young dudes walking around, touching old women's booties and shit, and the woman say something, they'll shoot her in the head.
Yeah, these guys are crazy. There's no doubt about it. This younger generation, I'm not going to get them, all of them, but there's a good number of them absolutely psychotic.
And the unfortunate part is that they're Black. We can't, as bad as it looks, as bad as it sounds, they are Black, and that it makes us look bad. It's the truth.
We don't want to get into that conversation.
I'm just saying, but it's the truth. It's the truth. I put it this way.
It is.
When we so answer me this then, right? because Mom asked a question. What can we do? But I'm gonna ask you two guys a question. Tell me what is the antidote for when we start to do the Bill Cosby and call it out for what it is? What is the antidote when we get that 90%, 85% black community pushback that we're exposing the dirty laundry? What's the antidote for that? Tell me.
Mm.
It's a good question.
I think I got a great answer though. I think the antidote is actually just more exposure. Just keep on exposing. See, you know what it is? Black people, and this is why I kind of do love white people. They're not afraid to expose your ass 8 times in a damn row. And this is what niggas got to get used to.
You
Niggas got to
believe in
get used
snitching?
to, huh?
Do you believe in? Do you? Are you an advocate of snitching? I am.
Um,
I am. I'm gonna just come out and
hold
say
on,
it.
hold
I
on, hold on,
am.
hold on, hold on, hold on,
I'm an
hold on,
advocate of snitching.
hold on. If you don't do the crime with a person, that's not snitching. So
If
we
I
have to
see
focus.
somebody, hit bomb upside her head, if I see bomb, if I see bomb
That's not your
walking
crime.
down, listen, if I see bomb in Delaware walking in the park with a nice, good looking behind, and some young guys run up on her and start feeling on her, I am telling. I'm snitching.
You know,
I'm
if you
That
look
no, that's
snitching.
at,
not snitching. That's not
listen,
snitching.
if you look
I'm
at the pound,
telling.
if you take that pound cake speech, right, that Bill Cosby did, had Malcolm X or Muhammad Ali made that same speech, black people would have been more accepting of it. The fact that Bill Cosby made it problematic because
But he was
he's
telling
a
the truth
sellout.
though. No,
Yeah,
he's
but he's a
not. He was
sellout.
telling it. So okay,
Hmm.
I subtly disagree because if what Bill Cosby was trying to do was methodical and
Yeah, but you can't.
people
Certain
really
people
just didn't
can't.
see
I'm
it.
sorry. Just because there's truth out there, don't mean you're the one who should be telling it.
Why not?
Right.
Certain people can't tell the truth
But why
because you
not?
don't. Because even though you're telling the truth, you're speaking it from a standpoint of deception.
Right.
So now I'm going to tell you what you just did, right? I'm going to give it to you in real time what you just did. You took this good brother's answer by him saying to my question, what is the antidote when we call out the dirty laundry? What's the antidote to the 80 to 90% pushback that comes from the black community to say we're airing that dirty laundry out? And he said, keep exposing it. What you just did was an oxymoron to what he just said.
No,
So
no,
now
no,
we're,
no,
That
no,
so
no.
don't
now
Because it
we're,
that
don't.
don't
we're
No,
work.
no. Because
now
the truth.
we're back,
Because
we're back at square one.
in the real world, truth don't work like that. If you're gonna speak some truth like that, then the message has to be clean. Because you're talking about a truth that's an actual game changer. It's a life changer.
Right.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so something that important has to be delivered with some by somebody with some credibility. You can't be
Right.
speaking from
no.
a standpoint of deception and deceit,
What was
corruption,
he? What
and
was
being
Bill
a
Cosby?
sellout, talking about you telling the truth. Ain't nobody
So what
gonna
was?
listen to you.
So what was? So let me ask a question. For what purpose and for what reason was Bill Cosby trying to deceive anyone? I need to know that.
No,
You lost me right there.
he comes from a background of deception,
I
deceit.
didn't
He's
ask
a
for that, brother.
sellout.
I
The
know this.
man
What?
cheated on
This
his
what
wife with 60 women, dude.
this. But no,
Are
Max.
you
Hold on,
kidding me?
Max.
A
Don't
lot of those
let's not do
women
this,
were
Max.
white.
Let's not do this, Max. This is what I'm
No,
asking
we're
you,
gonna do that. You don't have no credibility. You can't
Max. This is.
listen,
But
bro. I
this is what I'm
learned a
saying, my
long
brother.
time ago. There is
What
truth out there,
he
but
was
just
saying that
because the truth is there doesn't mean you're the one who should be speaking it.
he was trying to say black people
Trying to say, and he
need to be
failed.
no, just hear me out because people didn't want to receive it.
No, you can't be a dirty look, man.
But was he
You
telling the
can't
truth?
be listen. You can't be super dirty and trying to deliver something clean to people. It's not
But
gonna
was he
work.
telling the truth?
Life don't work like that.
What? But what was he? I don't. But you still haven't answered the question. What was he trying to deceive? I don't get that.
It
No, no,
doesn't
no.
matter. It
It
doesn't
does. If
matter
you
if
don't,
he was telling the truth or not. His credibility to tell that truth
Max,
was shot.
Max, I
no,
got
brother.
you
This
real
is
quick.
what I'm trying to
Max, I
say.
got you. Hold on, hold on.
Nobody is
You're
going
saying
to
that he's
listen
not
to a
credible.
liar or corrupt.
But
Hold on,
okay.
Cyber,
But this is
Cyber,
this. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Cyber. Right.
This is what Max is turning his head on. See, this is how we get there. We have to acknowledge when we're at the table, you have to be honest if you're going to put something out there and not try to hide or scurry away from the truth. The brother said people would not receive and listen to Bill Cosby, even though he was telling the truth, and the ultimate outcome and end goal, end game was for Black people's best benefit, because he was trying to deceive. And so what I asked him was, okay, I disagree with that. Can you please tell me, in case I missed something or missed anything, exactly what was Bill Cosby deceiving people with?
We live in it.
Pause. Hold on. I got
You
you,
can't
Max.
answer the question.
I'm
Great
trying
example.
to.
Hold on, I got you, Max. 1 second. Great example. You see how I just gave you that example with what I just said, basically. That coincides with the same thing I just fucking said. That's so crazy.
The
Wait, hold on.
deception?
Go ahead, Max.
I'm
Like I
looking for that.
said,
Go ahead.
in Bill Cosby case, nobody, well, probably with the exception of you, is going to separate the message from the messenger. His background is too corrupt. Okay, it's filled with too much. His background is too corrupt. I'm trying to tell you, nobody is going to listen. He doesn't have that credibility.
But again, you still have not, Max, my friend, told me. I've asked you a very straight question.
I never said that. I never said that he lied about anything.
No, we're gonna stay right here. You said, my brother, Bill, people aren't listening. Black people are not listening to Bill Cosby because he was coming from a point of deception. And my direct question, so my direct question to you is, can you take your finger or your pen or your pointer and put it on an exact period and circumstance or scenario where Bill Cosby was deceiving people when he was making that message? What was he doing?
Wasn't.
Okay, so you see how we had. Now you see. Now I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. This is the type of work we have to do.
No, he was. He was actually telling the truth. He was actually telling the truth. But my problem is, he told it from a corrupt standpoint. Nobody's going to listen to him because he's corrupted, man. The guy is he's a sellout. He cheated on his wife a billion times.
No, hold on, man.
I'm trying to do.
What was he corrupt?
He's a sellout. He cheated on his wife a billion times with white women. Okay, so that tells you right there that he's a sellout. Okay, he gives his money to the United Negro College Fund, which is controlled by Jews. Blacks don't even receive any of the money that he donates to the United Negro College Fund. The United Negro College Fund ain't even controlled by anybody black.
So let me ask you a question then. So Max, if he did all of that, what would have been his reasoning to want to see black people do better at all? If what you say,
I'm not even sure he wanted to see black people do better more than he wanted the publicity.
You reaching, Max, but okay.
I'm not reaching. Like I said, if you take that same speech and somebody like you take somebody like give me a sister out there, Maya Angelou or Malcolm X or Muhammad Ali, somebody like that, they would, or what's the sister, Frances Cress Welsing. You take people like that with credibility, then black people would have received that message much differently.
So let me say it this way then. Were Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X, I mean, if you think about it, Malcolm X hailed from the streets, right? Before he turned his life around and became Malcolm X. So I failed to connect what you're saying is that, okay, if it would have came from this version of Malcolm X, people would have listened. But it's like, okay, wait a minute, let's dig up his past too and find out he's not the most clean, brush in the box either. He was a criminal. So I mean, what makes him no different than Bill Cosby in that regard?
I tell you, man, because for one, he wasn't because Malcolm X changed his life completely. He wasn't a criminal later on in his life. Bill Cosby was an active sellout when he was making that speech.
What do you
He
mean
was
he was?
actively corrupted when he was making that
This why we
speech.
won't get nowhere, man. This is
No, wait,
that
hold on,
with
Cyber.
that with
Cyber,
that
I
hold
just
on,
remembered. Cyber,
with
I
that
just remembered.
mentality. Go ahead.
You remember when we were just talking about with the white scenario with the white woman? Well, what was we just talking about? Um, with the white woman. But that coincide with the same thing. Like we not giving, bro. It's just the power of the moment, bro. You don't have the power to endorse that. He didn't have the
What do you
the
mean?
same thing with. Wait, go
The
ahead, go ahead.
power,
What you gonna say?
the power. What do you mean?
He didn't. He bro. At that particular moment, he didn't have the power to endorse that. The
You
the
don't
the.
need power. You just simply need to be. I'll put it
He
this
didn't have the
way.
credibility, man. He
You
didn't have
just
the
but
credibility
this
to
is the
back up
thing.
what
He
he was
did
But
saying.
not.
hold
He did
on. This
not,
is the
bro.
thing. You simply just in America, you simply just need to be willing to stand up and speak on truth without fear of being. You can essentially say the first canceling was black people canceling Bill Cosby. We canceled him, even though he was speaking for our better interest. Now look at us. We canceled him because we didn't like the message. We knew the message was true, but we looked for a reason to cancel him. And it's kind of like, with me and Max. We can't get past people having biased opinions of people, even though those biased opinions, while you can solicit those, when you strip everything down, you find out, you know what? There's really no reason to have that particular biased opinion. You still can hold it if you want to because you're a person. But you can say, well, you know what? That's not really true. And the person can say, well, I just feel like this and it is what it is. Okay, that's fine. But if you look at that, that's climbing a million Mount Everest in the black community. We'll never get there because people have unfounded biases in the light of truth, and they would rather hold the bias because it's culturally convenient to have somebody riding in that car with you than to acknowledge the truth. The black community will never make it out of the doldrums like that. We won't, because then we'll say, well, people have to be this person to be able to say something that's true. No, what's fucking true is fucking true.
Yeah,
Fuck
but you have
that.
to be. You still have to be in a certain state to deliver that message and give out
Doesn't
that
matter.
energy.
We
You
we
can't
canceled Bill Cosby
listen. You
at
can't
that
be of a
point.
certain nature and carrying a certain energy, and you're trying to project a certain energy. You're just going to be miscommunicated. Bro, it's not going to feel right.
What energy was Bill Cosby communicating or emanating
We
during
knew.
during the time
Listen,
during the
listen.
time during the time he made that statement? Because he was
Bill
telling the truth.
Cosby, listen, we all knew that nigga wasn't good. See,
Come
black
on,
niggas
man.
play goody two shoes in front of white niggas and they trick them. You can't trick us, nigga. We your brother.
What's
We your
bad about him?
cousin, nigga.
What's bad about him?
We knew who Bill Cosby was from the beginning.
So who was he? Tell me.
That nigga was a happy-go-lucky nigga. He was happy to be around some money. You gotta stop it.
He made it. He was a creative black dude. What are you talking about?
Whoop-de-doo. He was supposed to
No,
be that.
no, no, sir. Hold on. See, here we go again. So Bill Cosby. So are we going to sit here and say because you feel Bill Cosby was a sellout, that the fact that he was talented means absolutely nothing as to how he made his money? We
No,
gonna
it's
really
not a
say that?
problem. Listen. It's not a problem that he was talented. We respect that. We're talking about the fact of his character, the being that he is, his nature. We're not talking about his money and his achievements, his
Okay,
accolades.
so but that's what I'm asking you. If you're gonna offload about his nature, what exactly are you talking about? Because okay, that's to say, we could say essentially the same thing about Denzel Washington, or what are you going to say? No, Denzel Washington's real. No, the concept of Denzel Washington being real is what we perceive and we have culturally agreed upon as a community is what emanates from his movies. He could be a totally, entirely different person and could actually have the same views as Bill Cosby has or had when it comes to the black, diaspora. But because because we feel Denzel is real because the way we like his movies, now you've totally skewed and we've overlooked fact. That's what I'm getting at. I'm drilling straight down to the bare bone, my bro. I'm not going
Well,
about how I feel or what I think or because he made millions and he was in the room for white people. No, dude had an
See, the
objective.
reason why a guy like him should never make a speech like that is because people, when they hear the speech, all they're going to think about is his shortcomings. And the speech is going to become less and less effective.
right.
You're going to have people walking around talking about, well, who the hell he think he is? Isn't he the one that cheated on his wife 50,000 times? How dare
Right.
he tell us this? How dare he tell
That's
us that?
true.
You see, that's what having no credibility does. So now you don't just ran your mouth for no reason because people are talking more about you than what you actually. As a matter of fact, they're using what you said against you.
But shouldn't that give you more of an incentive to take to
You
not do
still
what he does?
do. When you telling a powerful truth that's that's a potential life changer, you got to be clean, bro.
But wouldn't
You
that
ain't
so Max?
clean. If you're not clean, it's not going. It's going to backfire.
But
It's not
Max
gonna work.
doesn't that mean people should have taken 2 points from that? A, you know what?
Ain't
He's right.
nobody gonna take
Hold
nothing
on.
from no dude that got a
So
jacket longer than the George Washington Bridge. It's not
jacket longer
happening,
than George
bro.
Washington Bridge. What are you talking about?
Uh,
Come on, man. I can't.
shit.
I'm just pointing to the obvious. You guys got it. I'm just rebutting. But that's
Dude,
No,
just
no, no, no.
listen.
the
Hold
Just
black
on.
the
know.
black community. The
Listen,
black
we ain't even
community
gonna
will
get into.
always
We ain't
think
even gonna get into the. We ain't gonna get into the sellout and the coonery part, right? Just the adultery alone is
some
ridiculous.
sometimes I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes, and this is me, I'm gonna say it. Sometimes the sellout the way of the sellout might be what we need to get over the fear
Nah,
that will
nah.
Listen,
that will
listen.
bring us into what we need to be.
I knew we was going there. I knew we was going there. Listen, listen, listen. The point, shout out to Grand Theft Auto, man. Grand Theft Auto is a great, ideology for this conversation. You know, the point of the game is beating the white man. The moment you join them, the game is over. Listen. Don't ever run with that notion. Don't ever let anyone ever teach you that notion.
What
Once you
notion is
join
that,
them,
brother?
the game is done. Pause on the game.
That,
You're
that
not in the
doesn't that
game, my
doesn't that
brother.
doesn't that doesn't
You're
bode
not
true
in the
in my
game.
life. That doesn't bode true in my life. I could tell you.
Well, live in your own fantasy. We have no problem. We're just telling you that's the game.
Bills being paid and being due aren't a fantasy.
No problem.
Paying. Hold on.
No problem.
Paying,
yo,
paying,
hey, yo, Max, do you have a problem?
Listen, but
You don't have a
hear me out.
problem.
What's that?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Paying taxes on a certain amount of income that I pull in every year from month to month isn't a fantasy. It's a reality. Abiding by certain rules isn't a fantasy. It's a reality with real consequences.
It's a
So
fantasy.
this is what I'm saying. And I'm just being straight, no chase with it. I love the black community. I am from the black community. But we and the black community as a whole is never, ever going to change or evolve into anything greater than itself because the black community has too many, linchpins that refuse to acknowledge truth that's necessary in order for them to break the chains and be free to make that change. We simply won't do it. It's not in the financial best interest of the black community. It's not in the business best interest of the black community. It's not in the social best interest of the black community. Because if it was, trust me, if it was, we would have more people who take the side that our grandmothers and grandfathers took when they took them shotguns up and they said, you know what? We're not going to let you destroy what we have. And we're willing to give and take life over this. We don't have that. More people are going to listen to the person who has today's contemporary view is that when you call out blacks for doing something and you're black, they're quick to shut you down because they don't want they don't want the world to see you telling everyone else about how fucked up one of us did something with us. That's a problem, dude. That is a
Nah,
problem.
what's the problem is no,
It's a
that's not what the
problem.
problem is.
That
The
is.
problem is the person telling it. That's the problem. You see, what
Mhm.
you don't understand is, right? Most people cannot separate the message from the messenger. That's why when politicians run for office, they're always getting their background attacked because most people can't separate the message from the messenger. If you are a bum, you cannot deliver truth to anyone.
at all.
That's like the blind leading the blind. You might as well go sit down somewhere.
That's
No
all
No,
one
we
is
trying to
going to
say.
listen to you.
That's all
no,
we trying to say.
no. I'll put it this way. It's just too much pomp and circumstance in the black community. Sometimes
Let me
boring,
say this, man.
boring,
If you
boring is
are a
better.
massive, hold on a second. If you are a massive thief, right? And then you are still actively stealing, and you come stand before a bunch of people who know that you're still actively stealing and try to talk to them about not stealing, they're gonna laugh at you, bro.
Okay, that's true. So what's your point?
You
Connect. Go
can't
ahead and connect.
deliver truth. You can't deliver truth if your life is based off of deception, deceit, lies, and corruption.
Simple.
There's no truth you can
So
deliver.
okay, so we're gonna go back again. At the time, Bill Cosby made that comment and speech.
And at the
Was
time, he was
what,
cheating on his
what
wife 50, 100
okay,
times.
okay, now does that give black people a reason to ignore the fruit of the message?
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
Woo, boy.
yes. Because as a matter of fact, I can
Wow.
make an argument that the
Wow.
speech did more harm than good,
Wow. Wow.
simply
Wow.
because of who he
I'm
is.
astonished. I don't have anything to say to that. I really don't.
Simply
I hope
because of
you
who he
I,
is.
I hope you understood what it was you just said and what you just
Cyber,
I
cyber,
know
put out
what I
cyber,
there.
just said.
cyber.
Okay.
Listen,
All
cyber. You
right.
know what you failing to understand? Very, very simple. Very simple. In the black community, you're held to a standard. We talking about the real black community. This is what we had to separate earlier in the conversation in terms of, the men being 25 years and younger. They have a different culture than the men 25 years old, 26 years old to 80 years old. It's two different dynamics. Now, when you don't separate them, you cause bodily harm. This is all we're trying to say. Hold on. So we just want the black community to fully understand that it is two separate communities and we're trying to collide them. That's all. Now,
And matter of
you
fact,
can't
yeah.
go ahead.
Somebody dropped the link. Well, I don't know. I was about to say
And
somebody
listen,
dropped the
and
link to L
did you
Nixon,
hear?
but
Check this out. Did you hear the response of some of the celebrities after he said that? Some celebrities felt he had the nerve to open up his mouth at all.
yeah, I think L Nixon's trying to come up. I mean, Bomb's probably
I
busy.
mean, he got a lot of negative responses from black people for
Mm,
making that speech.
yeah. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying the fruit of his
Even
message.
some of his fellow hold on, even some of his fellow celebrities felt that he had the nerve to even open up his mouth at all.
Well, I mean, that's fair, but I'm just saying the fruit of his message didn't apply to those celebrities. And it wouldn't have benefited those celebrities because they're not the ones who are in shambles. They're well off. The fruit of his message
You're
actually
not
had
getting the
meat,
point.
to it that if we would have just focused on the meat, could have made us better. That's all I'm saying.
You're not getting the point, Cyber.
I
Listen.
understand the point. I mean, you're
His
you're, you're
point
right.
was
You're
invalid.
right.
It was invalid.
Nah, but it's not. You can't.
It
That's.
is.
I mean, but what you have to understand, what you're saying is that because Bill Cosby lived his life a certain way behind the scenes,
False.
that may not have been the most moral personally for him. That even though he gave good information that would have had a positive effect, people have the opinion to say, and this is an opinion is warranted. They are of the opinion that, okay, well, I know what you're saying really is good for me, is going to help me, but you know what? I don't like the way you living, so I'm not going to apply any of it. I think
You
that's
can't tell me
extremely.
that. Right.
I think that's extremely perilous. But
That's
I rest my
perfect.
case.
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
I rest my case.
If you take
What's
a
going
criminal,
on?
if you take a criminal,
Yeah.
right? If you take a criminal, right? If a criminal comes out of jail, he says, "Okay, listen, yes, I did some bad things. I've done my time. I see the error of my ways. It wasn't the right way to go. This is the way I live my life now, and so now I want to share that with Black people. What we're doing is wrong. You know, I realized that it was wrong when I was doing it, and I've turned my life around. I want you to turn your life around too. This is what we need to strive for." He would have been better qualified to make that speech. People would have listened to him.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, listen, I hear y'all talking about the community and all that. But that cyber, come on now. You can't talk about that community with that avatar name, bro.
What
You
name are you
hanging Black
talking
women
about?
on that avatar name. Come on, bro.
I have no idea what you're talking about, L. Nixon. We're talking about something totally different, bro.
I get you, but the hang G and the hang verbal, come on, bro.
It's just a label, bro. We're not, we just. It's
Yeah,
a
but
label.
So
come on,
do
bro.
we
I
hang
mean,
verbal or
to have
G?
to have you, even if you came to my channel with that and I didn't say nothing about it, bro. Silence is like, yo, that's saying I'm complicit with it, bro. We not supporting that, bro.
Let me
That's
ask
not
Cyber. Let me ask
that's
him.
not for the
Hold on.
community, bro.
Now,
It's
Cyber, I've talked.
Hold on.
Hold
a
on one
label.
second. No, man. Let's not deteriorate. Hold on one second. Now, I've
That's fine.
talked to Cyber, right? Okay, before I talked to Cyber, I was going on what I heard. But I actually talked to the brother. The brother has some substance. Now, Cyber, let me ask you a question. Should we hang Cynthia G or Rebel Assassin, or do we bring him in and sit down and try to have a talk with him, a heart to heart with him, and lay the cards out on the table? Do you think we'll get somewhere doing that?
I'll just answer it this way. I don't think this is the proper platform for me to answer that question in detail, because I wouldn't be able just to give a small answer to your question. So, and this is not what Bomb's dream or topic is about. I myself have not referenced the name, even though it's on my text. I myself have not referenced to it. I made no mention of it. I made no anything towards it. So I'm gonna just stick with where we're at. I'm gonna stay in the conversation that we're in. It's constructive, it's positive, it's debatable.
Well, first of all, I
I'm gonna
can't
stay
get
right
it.
there.
First of all, I can't get it to him anyway because I got my little man with me. But I'm just saying that shit is mad disrespectful, and that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I gotta go anyway. But I just came up just to say that and make that known. So
Okay.
No,
I
but
let
bro,
appreciate,
y'all
hold
I
on.
see
Before
that
appreciate
you
your I
go,
appreciate
it
your
before you
is
input.
what
go,
it
I'm
break
is.
it
just, you know
down.
what? Yeah,
I
I'm just
appreciate
Down.
your
looking at
input.
the I don't even see it. Where is it at?
I
No,
don't
break it
I
know.
can't
down. I
see
want
it
to
on
know what
my.
it means.
No one can
Break
see
it
it.
down.
But no one, I mean, I appreciate his opinion, his input. He's entitled to say what he chooses to say.
Hey, well,
I'm
bro,
not
not
focusing
only
on
that,
I'm focusing on
you know, verbal be over there. Cynthia G don't be over here, and I don't
I'm
agree with
focusing
everything she
on.
say, but I'm not gonna go that far, bro. Come on, bro.
I mean, again,
Definitely not. We're not trying to hang any of our sisters.
we're two
Exactly.
different we're two different people.
Oh,
No, I
How
get it,
how
bro, and
how
but you can't mention
how
the black community and you
how
hanging black
you
women, bro. That's not
okay?
what black men
I get
supposed to
it.
do.
No,
We
we
not
can't
with
do
that
that.
shit.
And then
Feel
to
you,
use the term
but we haven't.
hang itself
Yeah, I mean,
is
it's just
Wait,
words.
disrespectful to our ancestors.
It's
what
just
y'all
words.
see?
Fucking right.
It's just words. It's just words. And
No,
again,
it's not
I
words,
have
bro.
Cyber,
We're
but
not
I
hanging
no,
no.
haven't
it's
What
not
what
I
words,
haven't.
Cyber.
I mean, if that's what you want to
what
That
do
focus
y'all
on,
that
that's
see?
term
fine.
alone, that term alone is
Okay.
disrespectful to our ancestors, bro.
Okay, but if you want to
Hang.
focus on that, that's you.
well is cyber.
I'm not.
What are y'all talking
I'm
about?
not going to focus on
You
that.
talking about
Okay?
Did you have to
Cyber's
say
avatar
hang? You
name?
could.
What did it say? I just see
I understand you don't like them, but did you have to use the term hang?
Wait a minute, let me see.
Hashtag Cynthia G and hang Cynthia G and verbal
That
ass. Come
nigga
on, bro.
crazy.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
didn't
hang. I
see
You
mean,
it.
come
chose.
on, man. I
You chose
mean,
to focus on that. I put no
I can't see it
association or
either.
attention to it.
No, that's
No,
what I'm saying. I can't
it's
see it.
not up there, but it's on his name when he get in the chat. I'm just saying I
Yeah,
hear y'all talk about community, and I
yeah.
saw that yesterday, bro. That don't go with the community, bro. That's
But
all
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
saying I'm simply exercising First Amendment rights, and I haven't made that a subject.
You're
So
right.
I'm
Are
just
you exercising
Listen.
First Amendment rights, or you exercising hatred?
First Amendment rights.
Hey, and I
What do
know
you?
Max not with that, so that's why I listen.
No,
Like I said,
I'm
I
not.
can't be up here
Absolutely
long,
not with that.
but I just wanted to make it known. I know Max didn't know,
I
but
can't
hey,
see it. I don't even know where it's at. I
nah, you
can't
can't
see
see
it.
it right now,
But
but
no,
when he in the chat, you'll see
but
it. But
if you're saying hang, that's disrespectful to our ancestors, man.
Well,
That term
maybe.
alone is
So
disrespectful.
I'll say this. I'll address it this way. Maybe what you all should do, or what we all can do, is have a different discussion that focuses on that, where I wouldn't be out of place to give thoughts on it, and we'll be able to take a deep dive as to why I might feel comfortable expressing my amendment rights that way. But right now, this isn't, unless Bomb wants to turn her stream and her panel into a panel like that, I'm not going to address it.
you know what? Y'all do what y'all want. I just wanted to be known. I know Max ain't know, but I got to drop down anyway. So
No, absolutely
all
not.
right,
Definitely
bro.
not with that. That's crazy, bro. That's
Now look,
what are you, the Klan?
look. Wait, hold on. Everybody pause real quick. Yo, bomb. Just give us 2 minutes, man. Give us 2 minutes. Yo, Cyber.
Y'all got the
Real,
flow. I'm chilling.
listen,
I'm damn
Cyber.
asleep.
With all due respect, man, because we
I mean, are you
respect
a Grand Dragon or something, man? What are you, a Klan member now?
we respect you as a fellow black man, you know. But
I don't know about that, man. I don't. Whoa,
hold
speak
on.
for yourself, bro.
Let me get to it, Max. Let me get to it, Max, because we're gonna go a little slow with him. Now,
I can't respect no man talking about hanging black women, bro.
Cyber, we want to understand where you get this notion from. Where do you feel like you can just hang a woman? Because I know that you can't do it legally outside. You can't just run outside and do it. So naturally in your mind, where do you get this from?
Shoot, I'm on mute. So, again, as I mentioned, unless this is an actual panel that
No, she said it's
is,
okay. She gave it to go.
she said it's okay for you to to talk to me about it. But again, I don't, unless Bomb is saying this is what her panel is for, we're having a totally entirely different conversation.
She said
And
we have
I'm
5
not
minutes.
I'm not able in a small amount of time to give you a short reasoning as to why I feel it's necessary for me to express my opinion, or my my political views regarding that name. That's why I have not addressed it nor mentioned it. I said it's a protest. It's a silent protest, is what it is, and there's a reason that I have it. And if we go back 48 hours, it wasn't there within the last 48 hours, but something happened to cause it to be there. And I said, you know what? Enough is enough. But if I disagree with something, I'm gonna just silently protest.
Wait, is the name up now? Cause you can't. You can get my channel taken down if you got something about hanging somebody.
No,
Bomb.
I've read bylaws, and I've read everything, and RBR actually has a stream where we were on it. He has suffered literally no damage because it's a right of expression. I haven't made any intentions or inclinations to act on anything in whatsoever capacity. It's just a silent protest, and it's just text, and I'm going to continue to say that until
Well,
there's a panel
actually, that's
to
not
address it.
correct.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll let you
When you
argue
say
with.
hang,
when you say hang and you put a particular name behind it that's attached to a person, then it becomes an instruction.
I'll let you argue the merits of that.
No, what I'm saying is when you say if you say hang some drapes,
listen.
Right. If you say hang some drapes or hang a picture, nobody's going to say anything. But when you say hang and put a name that's attached to a person behind it, then it becomes an instruction. An instruction is an influence.
So this is what I'll say. I hear you, but I will let you I'm not going to argue that legality with you. I'll let you argue that legality with someone who's more legally qualified than myself to argue that with you. But I know what I said.
A smart lawyer can argue that.
And I understand the law. So I won't argue with you. I'm just going to continue to say we're having a particular conversation, and that's what my focus is. My focus is not on what my
because you have is. Right, but you have hang and you have two names that are well known. And we all know that they're people.
This is the other thing.
Verbal is a woman. Cynthia G is a woman.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I mean, I could be talking about an entity and not a person. You don't know.
No. Those names can be attached to in real time.
About an entity.
In real time, those two particular names can be attached to two human beings that are women.
Okay, so type in Sinji and how many people come up? Type in verbal assassin.
Comes up.
Hold on, wait a minute. Type in verbal assassin in your browser or in your YouTube, Sinji. It's not Cynthia G, Sinji. How many people come up? Type in the word. Hold on, wait a minute, sir. Hold on. Type in the word verbal assassin into your YouTube. How many entries pop up? I've not relegated my text writing.
It does not matter how many entities pop up. What matters is that the people that the names belong to pop up. Cynthia G will pop up, and the verbal assassin will pop up.
So Max, that's why I'm not addressing it. I'll let you argue that with a lawyer, but I'll tell you what. If it violates YouTube policies, you wouldn't be able to have the name.
Because listen, YouTube don't just go around. They have to somebody has to bring it to their attention.
They see it. They see it. They have hate speech that's built into the algorithm. Trust me. I do this for a living. But again, I'm not gonna talk about the name that I have on my avatar. I'm here to talk about what we was talking about, which was enriching. I think this is deviating from that.
But you're not using the name up here, are you?
No, you can't see anything.
What?
You can't see anything.
Well,
I haven't typed it.
I can't see nothing either.
Yeah, I can't see it. All I see is.
You can't see anything.
Anybody in the chat see it?
I think that they had said something when I said good morning to y'all. I think Black Women's Fear said she wanted to like rainbow dance or river dance with some clogs on me. And I'm just like, why? Why would you? I haven't said anything bad. I just said hi.
What you mean bad, dude? You're talking about hanging two people, man. Are you crazy?
We don't know what I'm talking about because we have not.
What do you mean we don't know what you're talking? We're not stupid.
We haven't gotten on a forum or a platform for me to express why.
Oh, man, so what? RBR is rubbing off on you? You think all black people are dumb or something?
Man, I'll let you come to the conclusions, Max.
Well,
you are giving it. You are inciting.
Right. Listen, I'm about to shut this down anyway because I didn't know. I thought that it was in the chat. I thought he changed it. I think Black Woman Spirit says she blocked your name, but I don't want to get in no trouble because you over here threatening women.
Understand something about RBR. RBR is a lunatic that's been banned from life from large parts of social media, and it probably won't be long before he's banned from YouTube.
Right.
He's been banned from TikTok. I'm sorry. He's been banned from Twitter. He's banned from Facebook for life.
For life, yeah. And I don't want to be out there following him. So I'm not. But anyway, y'all, I'll probably be back later.
It's a good conversation we had.
It was. Y'all was having. I was falling asleep, letting y'all take care of it. But I did not know you was up here with a name.
I didn't either. I didn't even see it.
No,
I still can't see it.
No, I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna just say this before you close out, Bomb. There are people who feel that if they like RBR has a stream with Verbal and myself going back and forth about it.
RBR is a lunatic.
I mean, but I'm saying there's a there's a literal stream that will give you insight into why I'm protesting. But they're just, and these people are they're within their right to express their views. But again, I'll say it, and I'll say it honestly, because me and Baum have patched things up, so we're not on rocky road anymore, and I like to keep it that way. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to speak honestly to say that there are some people who felt or saw the label in one place, and they have a personal distaste or displeasure with it, and I guess it gets them points, or it gets them some accreditation to come on to say something to me about it, even though I'm not addressing it myself, and I'm in a totally different time and space. So I'm just gonna be honest about that. And it is.
I've talked to you, brother. You are better than this.
I mean, I haven't done anything wrong.
You have substance, brother. You have substance. You have substance.
If you want to have the conversation, Max, this is what you should do. And I said it. I gave you a suggestion.
I do want to talk to you because I believe you're a man of substance, and you're better than this.
So here's what you should do. You should set up a panel, and you should
come over to my channel. You got my channel
I have it, but I do. But hold on, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Why don't you set up a panel and call it into question, so that way when I come to speak on it, I'm not out of place, and I'm able to articulate why I might be protesting the way that I'm protesting.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, you about to start that now, Max?
No, probably later on. I got to get some sleep right now. Probably a little later on. I gotta get some sleep now. I ain't had no sleep. I've been riding all night.
I got that booster shot yesterday, and that shit cracked my ass again. I didn't want to take that shit, but I had to. Huh?
It hurt you?
Nah, man. It's just I ain't never had problems with my heart and shit. So that myocarditis shit, man. My that second shot, I thought my heart was gonna explode. But I'm working in the healthcare system now in a very high profile role. Taking care of doctors and hospital systems and shit. And part of the requirements for me to take this new opportunity is that they require me to get the booster. And I was trying to get a medical exemption for it, but my doctor was like, "Baby, I can't." I love my doctor's a black woman. She's black. She's great. And I really trust her. She's taking care of me. And she said, I can't make you exempt from this. You're not exempt according to this. She said, "Do you want to take the booster here? We'll be with you and take care of you in case something goes wrong." And she made me feel comfortable, so I took it. So my arms hurt a little bit, but my heart rate, my blood pressure immediately shot through the roof, and it came back down. But it's just like, man, I didn't want to do it. So yeah, I was saying, if you're gonna do that live, I don't have a problem joining and engaging in that discussion. Just make it later, because I'm looking at plans to step out of the country real quick before I take this position on next week. So I might just jump on an airplane and fly overseas real quick somewhere real fast for a couple days. Depending on when you make it, I might end up catching it out of the country and joining then. But I don't know. But just make it later. Don't make it now.
I think he left. Anyway, and y'all make sure to subscribe to AB. Okay, I put the link in the chat earlier. Max got a channel. I put the link in there earlier too. Okay, and I'm going.
What about my channel? What about my channel?
You got a channel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, make sure you check out Cyber channel, y'all.
Cyber Supreme. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't have content, but I'm like this. What? No, I'm serious. Because me and you was doing our back and forth, but I've deleted all that stuff. It's gone. It's gone away. I renounced it all. But I mean, you know me, Bomb. I say very politically charged things, and I make I try not to be a bad person.
You be having good conversation when you have a conversation.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Then you just like with Max said.
Yeah.
You do something, and then
politically
people
charged.
don't listen to you.
Yeah, it's politically charged. But I mean, if people want to hear me weigh in on something, I will only do it at the people's request. I won't just say, "Oh, I didn't like what that was," and I'll go make a stream. No. If people say, "Man, I would like to hear Cyber's viewpoint on it, or they don't have anybody to talk to, right? Because maybe you guys aren't live or you guys aren't up and running. I'll be more than happy to facilitate the request of the people and let the people just speak their mind. You know, no cash. You don't
Okay.
have to give me no cash app or nothing. It's just pro bono.
Okay. Well, anyway, y'all, I'm going to sleep. Leaky Leak went home this morning to see his mom. So that means I got a day or two to sleep, and then he'll be back home.
Oh yeah, get that. I'll catch y'all.
Okay. So I'll see y'all later. Okay. Make sure y'all subscribe to AB here. Okay.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
See you later. Thank you for coming, AB. Okay. Bye, y'all. Okay. That's what I get for signing on to what's the name of this shit? I'm so sleepy, y'all. I can't even think straight. But I do know there's an ugly nigga on my screen right now. That's what I do know. And I'm going to tell you, I never seen nobody that made me go, ooh, what is that? Um, that might be harsh. I know some of you may going to be like, Bob, you wrong for that. Okay. But y'all think he black or y'all think he African? Maybe I'm and I'm not even against, they got some nice looking African men. This guy just not one of them though. I'm sorry, y'all. It might seem mean. It's kind of mean. I am kind of mean sometimes. Y'all know that already. Okay? Especially when they talk about black people in the negative. And then with his dumb ass is talk about black men. Of course, it always ends up on the women, right? Because the women we are the parent. These mothers, they doing so bad. They treat, man, shut the whole fuck up. Yeah, where's the after party? Who going live? I think everybody at work. I think Verbal's at work. Um, I think the only person y'all might have is RBR. He's ass over there. Kookier than a goddamn cornflake, okay? But you might be able to go over there. you, you think he's Ados? Ados is you think he's Ados? Ados is American born, right? American born, but slave. Cause this dude look like he from Africa. You look over Baba, Baba, me want free, me want free. I'm sorry, y'all. That was so mean. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that was too mean. I'm sorry for that one. But he remind me of me want free. Give us free. Oh shit. Damn. I thought y'all blocked. I know y'all had blocked him in the chat, like, but I didn't know if I couldn't see the name come up here. I only saw a cyber name. Yes, that's him. If y'all don't believe me, I didn't make this picture. Search SKC Media. That's what he calls himself. SKC Media. And then hit photos. And this motherfucking shit comes up. Go through the photos and this comes up. I did not edit it, touch it. I did nothing to it. That's that nigga right there. That nigga over there doing a laughing and giggling and shit about some shit he don't know nothing about, right? To degrade black men and women. And then his ass look like he over there talking about give us free. Give us free. I'm going to hell for that one, y'all. I'm really going to hell for that one. I need to stop. Okay? I didn't even have to make it. I couldn't even, if I would have found a fake picture to put up, it wouldn't have been better than the real shit. You know what I mean? I would have found some shit that just was corny. This shit is worse than anything I could have created. Okay? God damn. Anyway, y'all, I'm gone, okay? I need to get me some sleep so I can think. I'm being mean because I need some sleep, okay? Leaky kept me up all night. And then even when I thought he went to sleep, I came in my room. I couldn't go to sleep. And then when I was about to go to sleep, he knocked at my door to come in. He had never. So I think when my son took him to his mom, he fell asleep in the car. But Leaky Leak he's a pro, baby. He be fighting that sleep. He don't be wanting to go to sleep unless he's sleeping with me. And I didn't want him sleeping with me last night. I got in the shower with him. I put him in the shower, right? And washed his hair and everything, thinking that would relax his ass. But no. Mm-mm. He went in there and got in bed with his dad, right? Got a bottle. But when the bottle was done, his ass didn't go to sleep. They like to fight that sleep, right? Yes, they fight that sleep. It's like, he lives between two households, y'all. But when he's here, like when he comes here, every 2 days he go from house to house. When he comes here, though, he is on a schedule. Like, it's like they put him on a schedule, right? He could come here about 11 o'clock. He'll go to sleep. By the time we give him back to her 2 days later, his ass up all night. I'm like, I tell my son, look, she puts him on a schedule. Just keep him on a schedule. But Leaky Leak wants to stay up listening to me all goddamn night. Shit. And y'all know I had to get a headset and everything so he don't hear me cussing. I can't play my music anymore because I told y'all what he did, right? He's talking, he's reading now. He reading little books. Them damn apps on that goddamn tablet and my iPad has taught my grandson how to read. I can't even believe this shit. I would like to take credit, which I like to take some credit. I take a little bit of credit, a little tiny bit. But no, they got apps. And his ass is reading, all his colors, all his shapes. He's only 2. That boy is smart as shit. Right? Doing puzzles and all. Playing bingo. I was playing tic-tac-toe. He's 2 playing tic-tac-toe. I was like, damn, it was smart. But being smart, there's a negative side to that too. Can't trick him into doing nothing. So I gotta treat him like he grown. I gotta talk to him like a grown man. I'm like, Leaky Leak, mama gonna change your butt so your boo-boo won't be sore. He like, not right now. I said, but I gotta change your butt, you poopy. Not right now. That's what he told me. You could do it later. That's what he told me. He told me I could do it later. He came in here and gave me a bottle and said, Mama, this bottle is nasty. And I said, bottle nasty? So I opened it up and smell it. The milk done spoiled, right? It's spoiling. And I go in there to his dad. I said, your son said this bottle is nasty. But see, my son don't be listening to him. Like men don't hear what we hear, right? I hear my grandson, what he's saying. Sometimes I might have to say it again. But his daddy don't be hearing shit. His daddy don't be understanding shit. I say, your son said his bottle is nasty. Go make him a new one. And you talk about, I said, he don't like to get changed. I'm like, I say, you stinky, Licky. I got to change you so your boo-boo won't hurt. You could do it later. Not right now, later. I'm like, oh, damn. Okay. These little babies, man, I don't know if it's something in the water. They smart. Okay. Or maybe it's just him. But I'm thinking that maybe they all just smart. He's a after morning pill baby. Is that what it's called? After morning. What is the morning after pill? Is that what it's called? The after morning pill baby. He's an after morning pill baby. Maybe that's why he's so smart. Yes, he survived the after morning pill, everybody. He was like, when the pill came down his mama throat, and he looked at it, and he was like, fuck is this? Bam, and smacked it away. And she was pregnant. He ain't give no fucks about no after morning pill. Okay? That's right. He said, I don't give a shit about no. He said, you shouldn't have waited till after the morning with me, mama. It's too late. Yeah. Well, she said, I'm pregnant. We knew she took the pill, right? We was like, well, shit, I wasn't angry. I was like, well, I'm gonna have a grandson, a grandchild. I was excited. They were scared. Okay. But I told them they should have been scared before the fact. I'm like, my son had bought 50 after morning pills with her. And I was like, what y'all gonna do? What y'all taking chances, aren't you? You're taking chances, huh? And them goddamn pills is like $50. I'm like, talking about I gotta go get the after morning pill. Nigga, what? Didn't you y'all didn't learn your lesson the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time? That's what you get, goddamn it. That's what you get. Anyway, y'all have a good day. I'm gonna see y'all later. Now I was good. I know some of y'all was waiting for me to get messy on some other shit. I didn't. I was really good. I was real good. I'm saying woosah, okay? Because my intention was not, what I was accused of. I don't like being accused of doing shit, though. Anyway, I'm gonna go, y'all, before it get messy. I got to go. Okay? You ain't got to go home. You ain't got to sign off YouTube, but you got to go. You got to get away from my area, okay? Alien, I'll see you. Y'all see Alien Blood? Y'all check out his channel, y'all. Go give him some support. I don't know if he beating up on women, but we gonna find out. It didn't sound like he was over here beating up on women. It sounded like he was talking about the community and us bettering the community and coming up with how we could do that. So, I support brothers who not beating up particularly on women. Okay? And I'll see y'all all later. Okay? I already subscribed to your Alien Blood, so I already did that. Okay? I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.